losing my faith today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war, just another family torn.
Falling from my feet today.
Just a step on the edge, just another day in the world we live. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me. I've gotta fight today to live another day. Speaking my mind today.
My voice will be heard today.
I've gotta make a stand, but I am just a man.
I'm not superhuman.
My voice will be heard today. It's just another war, just another family
My
torn.
voice will be heard today.
It's just another kill. The countdown begins to destroy us. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me. I need a hero to save my life. A hero just in time. Save me just in time. Save me just in time. Who's gonna fight for what's right? Who's gonna help us survive? We're in the fight of our lives.
We're not ready to die.
Who's gonna fight for the weak? Who's gonna make them believe? I've got a hero living in me. I've gotta fight for what's right. Today I'm speaking my mind. If it kills me tonight,
I will be ready to
a
die.
hero's not afraid to give his life. A hero's gonna save me just in time. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me. I need a hero who's gonna fight for what's right. Who's gonna help us survive. I need a hero who's gonna fight for the weak. Who's gonna make them believe. I need a hero.
Okay, welcome to 100 yards, but it's not 100 yards because I'm injured. But I got Alan Fareed Fallen and Trevor Dale Bratt over here to my left. And guys, we're going to go a little rapid fire with you guys first. Trevor, hot.
Cold.
Blue.
Red.
Chicken. Turkey.
Leg.
Well, that gives you a little insight to the mental. Trevor likes fried chicken, but Friday night tough loss to the Tellico Plains Bears. Give me your 10-second insight on what happened Friday night.
We made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot we could pick up on, but there's also some great things that happened, and I'm proud of all my boys.
Trevor, we're going to run the ball a little bit more this Friday night.
I hope so.
So are you going to block somebody?
Oh yeah, like always.
Okay, we got the Scott High Highlanders coming in here. So what do we know about Scott High? Free falling.
They love to throw the football. They're a very pass-heavy team.
Trevor, what about?
O-line's very slow.
Okay,
And D-line's very quick.
I got you. Fareed, give me a shout out.
I'm gonna have to say Connor Cox.
Really?
He played some very physical football last game, and I was real proud of him.
I'm going Alan Fareed.
Alan Fareed. He did have a big hit. My shout out is to GT Shelley Enterprises. If you need your yard mowed, call my man GT Shelley Enterprises, 865-4416. Niner. If you get in a wreck, Alan Fareed, which we don't want to have happen, who are we going to call? Stinnett Collision. Why Stinnett Collision? 1, because they're awesome. 2, because they sponsor us. But 3, because they're the best in the business. Kickoff at 7 o'clock Thursday night. If you're in Blount County, you got nothing else to do. Nobody else is playing. This is the best place to be. Be here. And as we always say, go Royals. They don't know.
losing my faith today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the haze. It's just another war. Just another family torn.
Falling from my feet today.
Just a step on the edge. Just another day in the world we live. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero.
Save me
I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me.
just in time.
I've gotta fight today to live another day. Speaking my mind today.
My voice will be heard today.
I've gotta make a stand, but I am just a man.
I'm not superhuman.
My voice will be heard today. It's just another war. Just another family
My
torn.
voice will be heard today.
It's just another kill. The countdown begins to destroy us. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero.
Save me
I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me.
just in time.
I need a hero to save my life. I need a hero just in time. Save me just in time. Save me just in time. Who's gonna fight for what's right? Who's gonna help us survive? We're in the fight of our lives.
When I'm ready to die.
Who's gonna fight for the weak? Who's gonna make them believe? I've got a hero living in me. I've gotta fight for what's right. Today I'm speaking my mind. If it kills me tonight,
I will be ready to
a
die.
hero's not afraid to give his life. A hero's gonna save me just in time. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me. I need a hero who's gonna fight for what's right. Who's gonna help us survive. I need a hero who's gonna fight for the weak. Who's gonna make them believe. I need a hero.
Okay, welcome to 100 yards, but it's not 100 yards because I'm injured. But I got Alan Faree Fallen and Trevor Dale Bratt over here to my left. And guys, we're going to go a little rapid fire with you guys first. Trevor, hot,
Cool.
blue,
Red.
chicken,
Alright.
turkey.
Leg.
Well, that gives you a little insight to the mental. Trevor likes fried chicken, but Friday night tough loss to the Tellico Plains Bears. Give me your 10-second insight on what happened Friday night.
We made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot we could pick up on, but there's also some great things that happened, and I'm proud of all my boys.
Trevor, we're going to run the ball a little bit more this Friday night.
I hope so.
So are you going to block somebody?
Oh yeah, like always.
Okay, we got the Scott High Highlanders coming in here. So what do we know about Scott High? Free falling.
They love to throw the football. They're a very pass-heavy team.
Trevor, what about?
O-line's very slow.
Okay,
And D-line's very quick.
I got you. Faree, give me a shout out.
I'm gonna have to say Connor Cox.
Really?
He played some very physical football last game, and I was real proud of him.
I'm going Alan Faree.
Alan Faree. He did have a big hit. My shout out is to GT Shelley Enterprises. If you need your yard mowed, call my man GT Shelley Enterprises. 865-4416. Niner. If you get in a wreck, Alan Faree, which we don't want to have happen, who are we going to call? Stinnett Collision. Why Stinnett Collision? 1, because they're awesome. 2, because they sponsor us. But 3, because they're the best in the business. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Thursday night. If you're in Blount County, you got nothing else to do. Nobody else is playing. This is the best place to be. Be here. And as we always say, go Royals. They don't know.
All right. Welcome. My name is Ian Britton, and I am here at the Robert M. Maxey Field at the Crown of Blount County. I'm here with my good friend Randall Davis, ready for some Royals football. Randall, what you looking forward to tonight?
Looking forward to football. You know, it's obviously looking forward to cheering on the Royals in a victory, but just glad to be out here. It is a hot one tonight.
It's warm.
But looking like the weather's going to be better for next week. So wanted to come with you here a little bit before the game got going and talk about a little bit of stats and from last week, a little bit about the games. And so,
well, I mean, Coach, really, from the first two drives, from what we thought we were going to have in that football game to what it ended up being, just take us through what you saw.
Yeah, I mean, it was real easy. If you were watching when we went down 14-0 to think, man, this could be a little bit of a challenge, right? And so to be able to come back and make that a 14-14 game at halftime and a dogfight in the second half, and we didn't come out on the right end of it,
sure.
Right? But that's a team that beat us 47-18 last year, and we competed, and we're a pick in the end zone away from having a chance there.
We're catch it and keep it away from being in that game and being able to make it real interesting on that last possession. So
yeah, I mean, so looking at some of the stats, you've got the final score again was 22-14. Tellico came out on top. But if you just go look at the stats, Eagleton came away with 37 yards rushing on 12 carries. And look, that's not very good. And Coach Childs, Coach Branton, they know that and have went to work this week to try to make those adjustments. But last year, Coach Britton, you want to guess how many yards we were in for?
Less than that.
Negative 16.
Ooh,
so,
yeah.
I think that in the second half, we could have probably tried to lean on it a little more than we did in a game that was 14-14. But those are all things that Coach Childs knows and is going to work on getting corrected for this game.
But I do think that they ran some shorter pass plays, some timing routes and things like that to try and do the same thing. Again, the untrained eye, but it looks like they were selling out to make sure that we could do that and daring us to throw it at certain points, right?
Yeah, I mean, ended up with 123 yards passing on 20 completions. 33 attempts, threw the touchdown to Lane Cope, threw the late pick there into the end zone. Alex Walker lost the ball.
Sure.
But you're also looking at this entire previous game differently if Alex makes that catch down the sideline. And, again, that's a kid that, I coached Alex in middle school, and that was the last time that he really played a lot of football.
I was going to say.
So those are things that are correctable. On the defensive side, and it's easy to hear this number of Tellico ran for 261 yards. But, man, I thought we competed. I thought that we got after them there. I think we ended up with 5 or 6 sacks total in the game. And so to bring some of that pressure and do a little bit better job defensively, especially from the midway through the second quarter on, it definitely leads into this game well. This is a Scott team that – first-year coach. He's a young guy, and they like to throw the football around a little bit. They like to be in that spread, 3-by-1, 2-by-2, go some quads, a little bit of empty. But they're coming off a loss against Cumberland County last week. Lost to Cumberland County 38-14. And so, I think this is a game that if we can control the line of scrimmage a little bit more, run the football, and do the things well that we didn't do as well last week, that we certainly have a really, really good shot at getting the win here today.
So personnel-wise, we really had to sell out, do the best we could to slow down that run game last week. So what you're telling me is this week it's really going to be about that secondary trying to come in and make sure that they keep everything in front of them.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be equally as important, Ian, to bring the pressure and make that quarterback throw off his back foot and do some of those things. And, just a couple key players out for us today. Willard King will be out this week.
That's what I heard.
Nothing that looks super serious. Looks like we're going to have him back here real soon. But then also Eli Campbell's out. So Eli Campbell got a concussion at some point, either in our game or afterwards. And so he is back. He is out for this game. So, it looks like we're going to be calling a lot on a freshman.
I was going to say.
Easton Britton to fill that role. And
he stepped up big on the linebacker spot last week. Hopefully he can do the same thing offensively this week.
Well, and a lot of things that you want to always look at In a game where it's 90 degrees at kickoff is hydration. You know, we hope these kids learned a little bit, and I know that every kid says, well, I'm going to try. I hope that hydration was a big part of their not Wednesday. I hope it was a big part of their Saturday, Sunday,
week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Absolutely.
So, you know, if we can avoid some of those, keep our guys fresh. We were really able to do that on the defensive side last week with those defensive linemen not playing a lot of offense.
Yep.
Key to the game here, Coach Britton, I think that one thing that I would be looking for, and this is with no knowledge of it, but can we get Tyson Click out there a little bit on the offensive side of the ball in 11 personnel and be able to try to run the football a little bit more with that extra blocker in there?
Well, the two plays that stuck out from last game when he was in there, he took a whole side of the line out.
And I think that you have to do that with balance. I think that you want him to be fresh for the defensive side of the ball. But if you need that spark and need to be able to run the football, I think that's an easy way to get him in there. And then just making good decisions for Nate. You know, I think that we need to try to maybe sprint him out a little bit more to the right. I think he struggled a little bit sprinting to his offhand. Some quarterbacks are really good at that. I think Nate fluttered a few balls through there.
I think so.
So establishing that game early, quick game, getting balls out, and let's see a screen.
Getting a little confidence.
Let's go back to the Jamboree where we threw a quick screen to Navarre and he scored from 43. You know, doing some of those things to take some pressure off the offensive line. But that's kind of it for our pregame. We're going to go down to the field here momentarily for national anthem, and we will be back in just a bit.
Test, test.
Highlanders coming to Eagleton to face your home team,
Test, test.
the Eagleton Royals. If you will please stand at this time and join us for our moment of silence. Thank you. If you'll please remain standing as the Eagleton Marching Band, under the direction of Band Director John Gallagher, presents our national anthem.
All right, welcome back again. Some lovely band direction there from Mr. Gallagher, and right now we got the captain's about to walk out onto the field. Coach Davis, this is quite a thing to be a part of. See this Royals entrance right here. Who we got as captains this evening?
Yeah, captains this evening are number 44, Tyson Click Jr., number 21, Navarre McDonald Reisner, Senior, and number 7, Nathan Clemmer. Those are your captains for tonight. Again, your Eagleton Royals are coached by Stephen Childs, assisted by Eric Anderson, Scott Branton, Seth Bruton, Caleb Elkins, Dalton Grauman, Mike Hill, Justin Ridge, Carson Trotter, Kyle Valentine, and Nick Winstead. Administration here, obviously, head principal Mark Dowling, athletic director Scott West, assistant principal Rachel Prasad, and assistant principal Jack Evans. So excited for some football. Ian, I talked a little bit about their pregame for those of you that were in, but this is a game that we're gonna compete in. There's no question. You got a Scott team coming in here that, obviously it's a little bit bigger school than we are, and last year was. It got ugly quick, but there was a lot of factors working against us, and Coach West and John Covey were stuck up on a roof that in the middle of a giant windstorm.
As I said, a little bit of a storm.
I don't see those problems happening tonight. So it's about time for football. It looks like the Eagleton Royals have won the toss, and they will receive.
Like the confidence, looking forward
You got
to
me
it.
up there, Randy?
We got you
Yes,
up
sir.
here, brother.
Okay, I'm going to make sure my mic's not hot, but we're down here. It is hot on this turf, and the guys are coming out with the big flag tonight, so we got a different look in the run out.
Who's that carrying the flag for us, Coach West?
33. I don't know
That's
exactly.
Branson Vineyard. Branson
So,
Vineyard going to be the one to lead us through with the big Eagleton flag that Coach West loves to drive around in his new blue Jeep. Only one problem with that Jeep, Coach West, is that ugly Kentucky tag on the front.
I kind of like it.
Hey, I got an Eagleton license plate in my classroom if you'd like it.
Speaking of, I need a new black one there, Coach Davis.
It's brown now, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, mine is too. Don't worry. So here we go, coming out through. It's time for Eagleton football. Looks like about 47 seconds left on the clock. Scott County going to run through. And I'm going to say that a lot tonight. I know that they're technically the Scott High School Highlanders, but to me it's Scott County. I'm not sure when that ever changed or if it never was Scott County, but to me they're the Scott County Highlanders. So they're getting ready to run through, and it'll be time for Eagleton football.
All right, I think the sun is fine. We got
All right, I don't know if I'm on, but last year, you're right, me and John Covey were facing straight line winds, and most of our equipment got blown off the roof at Scott High. But nothing like that tonight. We may get a sunburn up here, Randall Davis, but I don't think we have to worry about straight line winds tonight. Special guests in the house, we got Judge Kelly Thomas, along with Bill Stooksbury in attendance, and Mark Eldridge watching at home if he knows how to get on YouTube, which is questionable.
Well, that's coming from the AV guy that don't know a whole lot about technology. So
That is incorrect. That's
Take that with a
incorrect.
grain of salt, Coach West. All right, it's time for Eagleton football. Again, your Eagleton Royals are going to receive. Looks like we've got Navarre McDonald Reisner back deep, as well as Lane Cope and Colton Relation. Last week, I think that we had a few bounces on these kickoffs, and if we catch them clean, we got a little bit of a chance. I mean, these are three guys that have shown their speed. I was blown away at the speed Lane Cope showed on a chase down tackle, and so
all the way from the other side of the field.
I know what kind of athlete he is, but that speed surprised me a little bit. We know Navarre's proven on the track what kind of track speed he has, so would love to see him get a seam here.
I ran into him when he was getting to the facility this morning. I asked him if he'd hydrated all week long, and so hopefully I know he was kind of hampered there in the second half with some cramps. Hopefully we can avoid that. Scott, ready for the kick. Royals back to receive.
Little interference there, a little whistle. They had one guy having to come off and another to come on. So not sure what happened there. Maybe an equipment malfunction or something of the sort. But they got it sorted out. 5 on each side of the kicker, and it's time for Eagleton Royals football.
Kick is deep and about to be fielded by Navarre McDonald Reisner. A little bit of a bobble, but he's able to get past. All the way out.
That's a great field position. Really good vision by Navarre there.
Great way to start the game.
Trusted his blockers, but still, once he made a decision, he went with it. And that's the key in kickoff returns, Ian. You know, I mean, the best kickoff returners in the world are guys that they find their blockers until they see a seam, and then they let it rip. So.
Yep. Make that first guy miss, and then find that seam.
Well, Britton, I told you in pregame, a key to this game could be being a little bit of 11 personnel, and sure enough, to start off the game, we've got a little trips closed with Tyson Click in at tight end. So interested to see what we can do here.
Is that him to the near side of the field
here to our sideline and trips up top, and we're starting off with a run to Jeremiah.
Running right on him. Jeremiah's able to go and get about 3.5, 4.
And Tyson. Really physical block there. Got a little bit of a pancake and got shoved after. So one thing he's not going to do is let up. So he blocked till the whistle, and you love to see that. But hey, a positive little 3-yard gain there on the start. So staying in that trips closed look, it looks like. And I'll be interested to see how often they're in this, Ian, and do they try to come with some kind of drag route or something to Tyson. He is a good athlete and can catch. So going to pass here.
Nice little. Is that designed as a bit of a pick play there?
Yeah, I think that was by design.
You know what that is, Randall Davis?
That is a mower works first down.
But that's as good as a run right there. So we're kind of establishing, early. Maybe we can take the lid off a little later.
Yeah, I mean that was the key. One of the keys that I talked about pregame, Scott, was just being able to kind of use those quick screens and that kind of stuff as part of the run, and able to do that there. So now it's 1st and 10. Looks like they're going back to the run game. Good eye, great eye by Jeremiah there. Turned something that could have been a loss into a gain. So good vision and patience by Jeremiah there.
And not a small gain. We're almost 4.5 feet or yards right there. Solid pickup after what could have been pretty.
Well, and Ian, I think that this 11 personnel was a little bit negated by the loss of Willard King for this game. So that's kind of our slot guy. And so sticking with a 3-receiver look now.
But getting it out quick. He's able to get through. And
if he just, almost had a seam there.
Yeah, but still.
You know what that is, Randall?
That's another mower works first down.
Griffith.
Yeah, I mean,
that's good enough for a Woodruff real estate team.
It's crazy how just a little bit of a high throw, just a smidge, can slow you down enough.
He might have taken that down to the house. Yep.
All right, this is exactly what we needed last week. A little sustained drive. We're getting 3 to 5 yards on every carry on first down. So good job by our coaching staff.
See if we can go punch it in.
Staying in that trips close look, a little jet action to Navarre. I like getting the ball in his hands any way you can.
Again, making that first one miss and falling forward for about 3, right?
Right, about 2. About 2.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not overly complicated to find ways to make your run game effective without just pounding it down the inside in the tackle box all game. And so far, you've seen a little bit of quick screen. You've seen a little bit of counter with some double pullers on the backside. And then there you see the jet to a great athlete. So now we're in more of a 20 personnel look.
We've got a little H-back in there. Oh,
they got through there. We didn't get any blocks.
That right there, that play is designed for some of you that aren't as into the run game like this old offensive line coach, but that's just a simple guard tackle, and actually had a H-back pulling as well, and one's going to kick and 2 are going to wrap, and we missed the kick. So
I feel like that far side tackle's just got to slow him down a little more, make him go a little bit farther out.
I mean, he was upfield enough. Guard just has to pull tight to the line of scrimmage and get that. But bringing a little pressure, got it out.
Another quick pass,
really
good
nice
block. Was that Fife with the block?
That's a really, really well-designed play right there, Ian. They brought the H-back out of the backfield.
Plymouth pass complete to
threw a quick
relation,
little snap
dropped down by
screen over to
Bowling.
Colton and had that H-back leading on the number 1.
But he owes about 4 of those yards to Fife coming through and making a solid block.
It's nice to see a guy like Adam Fife, who we know on the defensive end will lay the lumber a little bit to run out there and make a block. But crucial 4th down here, 4th and short. They're bringing some pressure for sure.
Little design run, and he's got some space.
He's going to get it.
He's got it.
Nate just fighting through a tackle there. That's another.
Clever on the
Again,
keeper.
And that is a Mower Works first down.
absolutely. And one thing that, it's a situation that you got to be a little bit careful with, right? Running the quarterback, a guy that he's kind of the only one you got. So, but Nate's such a good athlete that I'd like to see a little more of that. So, moving on here, back into now we've got a little tight end receiver down here to our sideline, bringing a jet.
Coming across the other direction, but
they
coming
missed
back to Jeremiah.
Good run by Jeremiah there.
Indeed.
Much better start by our offensive line running the football here.
And how much of that is set up with the last two sweeps where they've got to respect the outside and it opens up Jeremiah up the middle.
And a nice little pancake by Charlie Johnson there.
Nice.
You love to see that. So, yeah, I mean, just so far this has been the start that you need. Running the football, establishing that, because that's going to open up the deep ball later.
Rolling it out that way, get it.
Great job by Nate to just get it out.
Indeed.
Had pressure coming from the backside. Had someone slip through.
And again,
on those rollouts.
What was that, Randall Davis? But
that was
another.
a Mower Works first down. But again, just on that sprint out, Ian, your backside offensive linemen are kind of stepping inside and then cupping back. That's the old terminology, the step and cup. Some people will say hinge, but just didn't hinge fast enough. Had a little bit of leak through there, but Nate did a good job of getting outside and getting the ball out.
But I also feel like he used quick feet, but he didn't overrun the play and make a bad angle on the pass. That was well done.
But then again, you'd think I know something. We sprinted out to the right and completed and got a little more 11 personnel in there. And
opponents might be listening to our broadcast if you're this.
Yeah. So there's got Connor Cox in on at running back now. Short game, maybe not even a game. But
well, it's important here to get a positive play. We want to get down here. I assume we're in field goal range with as talented a kicker as we have, but we'd rather get.
I'm
six.
real comfortable inside the 20, letting Gabe kick it. I think you get out a little further. He certainly could have the leg, but from here, I think you've got to play smart football and try to get the first down, try to score the touchdown, but you know that you've got that in your back pocket. Little tight end trips bunch here. That's a different formation. And leaking Adam Fife out.
He's there. Can we?
Threw behind him a little bit.
Rushed the pass a little bit, but it may have been rushed.
But
incomplete.
Coach West, from your view down there, I think you're probably seeing the same thing. But man, we've been much more multiple so far.
Yeah, we're
we're
not sticking to one thing. We're running the ball. We're mixing it up a little bit, and I think that'll pay dividends as we move forward. Right there, I think if Nate is just holds that ball just a little longer and lets Adam get his head around, that's 6.
Agreed.
Back in that little formation there, kind of a tight end bunch over there.
Coming to the slant, but it's not there.
Smart play by Nate to not force one, though. Yep. He's still, again, we're in kicking range and for field goal, and it looks like that's probably
and even brought it back to the middle of the field.
They're bringing out.
It's 4th down.
So a pretty good drive there. I mean, started on the 40, got, 40 yards, 40-something yards, and gave ourselves a chance here for a, looks like a, 32-yard field goal.
Good snap, good hold. Got the height. Is it tailing away? Nope, it's through.
It is good.
It's good.
The kick is good.
So good start. We want 7 there, guys, but any points is a great job.
Especially after a drive like that where you controlled the clock. You ate well over half the quarter up off the clock.
Man, a 7-minute sustained drive, and again, that gives you, with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter, your Eagleton Royals 3 and the Scott Highlanders 0. Let's hit one of our sponsors if we could. And none other than, let's start it off tonight with PrintFX. Ian, tell us a little bit about PrintFX.
Well,
PrintFX, guys, it's Kaler Talent and his crew. They get it done. We needed this scoreboard done in one day. They got it done in a day. Texted me the other day and said, hey, let's get ready to start rebranding this gym. So if you need it done, Kaler will shoot you straight, get it done, get it on budget, and do it right.
Well, and I tell you, Coach, you brag about the speed, but not only did they do it quick, but it looks fantastic.
Hey, we had a special guest on campus today, Randall Davis. GT Shelley of GT Shelley Enterprises was on campus, stopped and talked for a little bit, and he said he goes around, if he goes in Eagleton, everybody looks at him and goes, Niner, Niner, Niner.
I wonder who he owes that to.
Going out here for the kickoff, got Alex. Again, the thing that happens with injuries, right? And this is stuff that happens pregame, but it still just sometimes doesn't register with kids. You're missing Willard, you're missing Eli Campbell, two kids that are on some special teams.
Sure.
So Alex Walker runs out late, and Gabe going to be there with the kickoff. A little squibber.
Okay.
Got
Fielded by the
26.
up back, going to the far side, but we're able to get him down quick.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you take them starting on the 29 all night, Ian. That's a good job by our coverage team, and I kind of like the little squib.
Yep.
To be honest, I think he caught that on about the 33.
It was a very athletic catch too. Not expecting that from the up back.
So I think what we got going on here is a heat timeout.
Okay.
With the TWSAA regulations, with certain temperatures, you've got to take a few extra water breaks, and as the temperature cools down tonight, that'll probably be less and less. But I like it. Look, it's hot out.
Well, and you look at the temperature according to the thermostat, but down there on the field, it is even a little bit warmer just because that rubber in the field. And
it's certainly the one downfall to turf. I was out there with them a little bit yesterday. They were going through a modified walkthrough practice, and I'm telling you, that heat just absolutely radiates off. So let's hit, while we're on this, let's hit one of our other sponsors, another new sponsor, Stennett Collision. I mean, again, what we want to see tonight is some Stennett Collision booms.
About to have them right now, hopefully.
But again, Stennett Collision over on William Blunt Drive in Sevierville. Zach Stennett and the guys over at Stennett Collision becoming a huge
and not just
here for us.
Doing things like this, but also on campus, being a part of and seeing what's going on here. Really appreciate them and what they're doing here, being a part of this community.
So back on defense here now after our mandated break there. Looks like it's the same four cats from last week up front: Tyson Click, Harlan Nelson, Connor Cox, and Adam Fife. In the secondary, you got Gabe Steinbach, Alan Faree, Navarre McDonald-Reisner, and Wyatt Matosi in the corner. And again, we talked about it pregame. Freshman Easton Britton in there at the inside linebacker spot along with Branson Vineyard.
Indeed.
And these guys like to throw the ball, Randall. Got a very young head coach. He looks like he's about 25 years old, and I think that's about right. And I told Childs he's got food in his beard as old as that head coach.
Yeah, I mean, and they do, and that's, it's the new age of football, right? You don't see a whole lot of 25-year-olds coming in and saying, I'm going to run the wing tee. So looks like that was a penalty on us, maybe an offsides. But, Scott likes to throw the football. Big offensive line up front. But right now they're in the two-back. Actually, this is like a 30 personnel here with three backs in the backfield and shifting there.
Well, a little run right on cue, but the ball's out. Who's able to come up with it?
We did not get it.
Okay.
So,
on the carry.
one thing I noticed, guys, on film, I watched a little bit of film coming into this week, and they had a little bit of a problem with holding on to the ball last week, and that was a few botched snaps, fumbles like that. So we've got to be on our game and be able to pick some of those up, and that can change the tide for sure.
Randall, I got Alan Faree in class, and he's one of my broadcasting kids. He's on the field. That young man understands football.
Oh, he's a smart kid, no doubt. Another good job there. I think they might have missed a face mask on us, but we'll take it.
Yeah, he looked right at it, and I thought I was going to see a flag.
Well, we still have time.
Still short on the – this is not last week, Coach Davis.
No, Don Talbot out there. It's going to be a great crew tonight. Excited to have them here at Eagleton. But, again, now we got a 3rd and 1.
We've had a couple of runs here. I know we had the short after the penalty.
Put ourselves behind the ball from the start on this first drive.
Did you throw a flag? Well, John Covey thought they said the running back's name is Holden. He threw up a penalty flag graphic.
So big run there, and again, if I'm Scott and I watched film from us last week, I'm running the football. I know they're a team that wants to throw it, and on cue they're now out in a little 2-by-2 look, but I do think that they've seen what Tellico was able to do, and they're going to do a little bit of that. But Let's see what they do here.
You spoke of Allen. He's moved over here in coverage. Coming up, can he make the open field tackle?
Just an orbit motion there from the slot receiver on their side of the field, and just out leverage us. That's all those are going to do is out leverage you a little bit, and we don't have a whole lot running through there to make that play in the alley. So
Charlie Johnson coming in. Connor having to come off real quick. Hopefully he's going to get his pad situation worked out and get back out there quick. See what Charlie can do. Stepping up big.
Just giving up too much there.
Not able to get him down.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're in a 30 personnel look here. They've got a little pistol two-back with an H-back in there. Again, they've watched film. I have zero doubt that this is something that they've had in, but they also said we've got to be able to power the football a little here.
Yeah, we had trouble stopping the run last week, Randall, and unfortunately we're kind of staying the script, so maybe we can tighten it up like we did later on in the game. Last Friday night.
Another orbit motion, fake the handoff, screen to the backside.
Screen pass.
Good job there by White Matosian to make a play. No, that wasn't White. I'm sorry. That looked like Allen. I think that was maybe Allen or Easton.
No.
Good job being at home.
Allen was sneaky, but in the first half last week, he was our leading tackler, right?
Yeah, and ended up being, I think, our second or third leading tackler for the game. So,
but again, he's going to be in the right spot, and half of football is knowing where to be, right?
Stayed in 21 personnel there. Put a tight end's hand on the ground. Short tackle.
But we're still, Randall, we're giving up 4 and 5 yards a carry. That about 4 there. So we got to get them behind the sticks on second down.
Yeah, it's the funny game of being a football coach. They did not show this a ton against Cumberland County, so it's something that on the fly that Coach Bruton and Coach Childs are trying to get an adjustment to. But you just got to go play football. I mean, your keys are your keys. So there's going to be another run here off the edge. I thought that we had a hold there.
Wow, it felt like
I mean, we literally were tackled.
A whole lot of jersey and taking them down, right?
So right now – They're living on that edge, right? They're motioning that H back over to that little second back, the full back side, and they're just pounding it off that edge. And they got
first and goal, or are we
first and goal?
First and
right
goal,
on the 10.
But now, Randall, this is a team last week that was down 38-0 until late in the game, so they struggled to move the ball, but they're moving it quite easy against us right now.
So back in a two-back look with a tight end. Just ran by him there. I mean, it's hard to do a whole lot defensively when you give him that big of a hole for him to get full speed and run through. We've got to do a better job of filling those gaps and holding some of those blocks to let our linebackers fill. On that one, East and Britton came through hard, right, and came through open.
But they're just methodical. Now, this first quarter is flying by.
Yeah, we're approaching real quick the end of the first quarter.
Well, we got our 2 starting defensive tackles back in there with Connor and
I think one of the Scott guys just threw up on our nice turf.
Yeah, that was a little Tennessee versus Alabama-esque. The only thing that would have made it just as good is if he would have turned and shook his head at our guys, like Jeremiah Crawford did for the Vols. So, let's hit one of our sponsors while we're under timeout here.
Well, let's give it to her, Randall. I'm going to go to Denso Manufacturing. Denso Manufacturing supports athletics throughout Blount County. And I know Covey is not, he's upset because I'm going to Schultz Pediatrics next, John Covey. and saying if you need one, come here in the village. I don't know what graphic he had up, but I'll say they got a 3-for-1.
Well, we had T. Hatcher Excavating and Concrete up there. And, again, if you need any excavating or concrete work, go see Timmy over at T. Hatcher Excavating and Concrete. And, yeah, if you need a pediatrician, there's one right here in the village, Schultz Pediatrics, another big supporter of Eagleton Athletics.
And, Coach, when you say in the village, we literally mean right
Oh, yeah,
there.
you can't get any more than in the village. And if you've been in the village and you take a look at that baseball field and that facility going up,
ready to put lights up, it looked like.
It's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be a showpiece for the Eagleton community. And something they can all be proud of, especially our Royals and Lady Royals.
Excited for Coach Hart, Coach Bean to finally get to play on a real baseball field.
Oh.
Stopped him there. So it's going to be third and goal from about the 4. So again, you know, best case scenario here, you stop them and hold them to. And that's the end of the third quarter or first quarter. I was like, what's going on here? But again, Ian, you know, best case scenario here, you stop them and make them attempt a field goal. Their kicker looked like he had a pretty good leg. But at the end of the first quarter, it is your Eagleton Royals 3, the Scott Highlanders 0. So during this quarter break, why don't we hit another one of our sponsors?
Well, we've got Schultz Pediatric back up here just because another wonderful sponsor of ours, but they're going to have a block party here September 27th. It's actually another game night over here, so maybe you could hit that first. Yeah. Come on over and join us here just right down the road. But it's a fall festival and block party that their facility here, inviting the community to come on out and check them out.
Yeah, and those of you with kids, you know what it can be like trying to get into pediatrician. So having another one here is a great thing for our community. And Southeast Oral Surgery, again, give a big shout out to Randall Napier. We'll get the name right this week, Coach West, but and the guys over there at Southeast Oral Surgery. For all your oral surgery needs, give Southeast Oral a call. Anything in dental, they can point you in the right direction.
Well, I was surprised last week, Coach. I knew you were working on some graduate work and you were doing some extra schooling. I just didn't know it was of the dental variety.
Randall Davis DDS sounds good. So I know Coach Stewart liked that one. So
let's point out some wonderful sideline footage here by the AV crew. I think that is Coach West himself, but we've also had some really great shots from up here in the booth, but also down here on the end zone cams.
All right, so back here, 3rd and goal.
See if we can get this stop. Bootleg out. Can we? He had not able to hang on.
It.
Yep.
Great late pull down by Allen there because I thought he had that one.
Yep.
That guy's was a gift from above.
All right, so they're going to bring out their kicker to attempt a field goal here. And while they do, we'll give you just some quick stats from the first quarter. A quick first quarter. Your Eagleton Royals had 39 yards passing, and the Scott Highlanders with 45 yards rushing and 19 yards passing. Got us here with 5 rushing yards. That is not quite correct, but nonetheless, just some quick stats there. And here's the field goal attempt upcoming.
A little bit of a bad snap. We're able to get through there, but nice high kick and through the uprights, tied in the ball game.
Yeah. So, again, right here at the beginning of your second quarter, that makes the score Eagleton 3 and Scott 3. So, again, they moved the ball down the field a little bit there, Ian. You know, they stuck in that 30 and 21 personnel. They only went out to 10 personnel in that little 2x2 look, maybe once or twice where they had that orbit motion. But we stood tall when we needed to and held them to 3. We need to come out here and have another drive where we go and run the football a little bit. I think that at some point we are going to have to look at, can we air it out a little bit?
Well, and that was my question. You know, you see on their drive where they really run it up the middle and do these different things. Hopefully we can, since we probably weren't expecting that as much, make some adjustments defensively. But how much are they going to have to adjust to us with some of these outside runs, these outside passes, screen passes, and maybe, like you're saying, open up down the field or running it up the middle?
Yeah, I think it certainly is keeping them guessing, right? It's keeping them on their toes of something that we didn't do a whole lot of last week. So definitely would love to see us come out and continue to be multiple and do those things on the offensive side of the ball. So kicker looks like he's placing it on the tee, and it's about time for another chance at a return here from one of our deep guys.
Well, and again, we've got Lane Cope and Navarre McDonald Reisner back there. Who's to the near corner? Is that Gabe?
Colton Relation.
Colton, okay.
So kicker's back, and here it goes. Another decent kick, fielded quickly by Navarre. See if he can set
He's
up.
a little bit more clean. He's got a big hole on this side. Can he make him miss? He does. Can he get by the kicker?
Yeah.
Kicker gets him out of the bounds, well into Scott's territory.
Stay.
Hey, listen, that's a kicker's dream right there, Ian. To have a chance to stop that, and he actually put a good little hit on his bar. Man, you love to have a third, starting on the opposite 35 here. So let's see if we
Yeah,
can't
it's,
go, let's see if we can't go get a few mower works first downs, but most importantly, let's see if we can get a Broadway barbershop touchdown.
That'd be nice, Randy. I'd like to see him attack that kicker a little more.
I agree. I think he was maybe thinking he could scoot by him with speed, but next time he might want to give him a little.
Speaking of Broadway, I did see that Mr. Johnny Morgan over at Broadway shouted out he was going to be watching our game, so I hope you're watching, Johnny. Love the support that you give to us here at Eagleton. Starting off with a little counter look. Jeremiah did not follow his lead blockers.
I think he went a little off script there.
And don't worry, Mr. Morgan, I'll have an invoice on the way.
He's been saying that for 2 weeks, Johnny. So.
My future son-in-law, his hair looked great.
So right there on that play, I actually think Jeremiah had a chance if he just sticks it up in there. He tried to bounce it, and when you got that little GT pull there, you're bouncing it to where we're trying to block them. So.
Well, and it looks like a good decision, but sometimes taking the 3 or 4 that are there is the way to go. Nice outside screen. Can we get a solid Fife block again?
That's a great tackle by number 13. Great tackle.
Very good tackle by 13 from Scott.
Interesting look here defensively from Scott on this one. And I saw this on film. They're in this more of a bear front, which is they're going to have a 0 nose and 3 techniques on the outside shade of the guard there. And the biggest thing that does is now they've got kind of little quicker guys in there blocking. But I do see that we have made a change with Kendall Click in at center. So he's been put in there for Scotty Ellison. So let's see how it does with this little bit smaller
Alex
look.
Walker here on the little bunch to the near side.
Look like they're showing blitz, and here they come.
He's coming across the middle, and he's open, but not able to get it there. Nice little run.
Head-to-head hit
I was going
right
to say
there.
that.
Yeah, I thought so too, Randall.
And Nate's feeling that one a little bit. So, again, I mean, they brought pressure there, Scott, and we picked it up pretty well. Jeremiah stepped up.
Yeah, they didn't do a very good job of disguising that blitz. Both guys walked up, and he came, and you're right, we did. And I thought Nate, a little quicker, he could have got out of the pocket and maybe picked up the first down. But now we got a 4th and
I think he was holding out on
about
maybe getting
7.
Alex there wide open going the other way and just waited a count too many.
So, and I think that's going to be Scott's MO is I think they're going to show it and bring it. I don't think they're going to do a whole lot of disguising. If they're up on the line, they're probably coming. So, good block by Jonathan Jewell.
Great protection. Great pass. Is he able to?
He dropped it.
Dropped.
So, not a bad look there from Nate. I still – sometimes I wish he would just go run the football. I know he's our only one, but you know, what I'm most proud of there is the protection that the O-line
I was going to say that looked –
noticeable there with Jonathan Jewell. And I know it's something that Coach Ridge and Coach Coppinger teach him, but, that guy tried to set a little speed rush, and he kicked out and forced him – out of the pocket to let Nate have a little time. So back on the defensive side of the ball, the thing you always got to focus, worry about here is with a long drive like they had last time and a short drive by us, a little bit of gas. But now they're back in that spread look 3-by-1.
Well, we talked, at the beginning of the broadcast about Gabe and Wyatt out here. Looks like to be the first time they tested.
Pass.
Pick it up.
That's not all breaks go your way, but that was a backwards pass. So heard our coaches from the box next to us yelling the same thing, but hey, you'll take it. We have not had a 2nd and 10 yet. So
now we got to get them behind the sticks and then see if our defense can go hunt a little bit on their own.
Yeah, and I know they're a passing team, but I just don't see them. I mean, that wasn't a great throw.
It was not.
It doesn't look to me to be like someone who can throw the ball super deep and immediately back into this 30 personnel look. They're going to go outside here.
Looking to run right on that edge.
And there he is, and we did a good job.
But they bunched him outside.
I
was going to say it's got to be a hold where it's thrown, right?
Really good job by Allen Free of playing over top and coming down into that alley. That's what you have to do to force those outside plays outside and then let your DBs make plays. So good job, and I think they're going to be even more behind the sticks here.
Back it on up.
So looks like Mr. Talbot's about to make the call. And it is going to be a hold on Scott.
Holding on the offense. We play 2nd down.
All right, we got Alex back here at safety, and the same crew out there. We assume at this point.
Why are we going the other way now? I think we might have declined that one, Coach. Sitting here trying to figure out, it was either going to be 3rd and 9 or 2nd and 20. I don't. That's feel like that's either way, but this is if you stop them here, you force them to punt. So
Yeah, but the way we've been playing, if they pick up 6 yards on this, that's a makeable 4th down. You put them in 2nd and 20. But what are we? I'm just a basketball coach.
that's true. Back in a little 2x2 look, a really big hole over here by really leverage this there.
No, but they do us a favor and
Guys, I'm just going to make this call now. They might want to throw the ball a lot, but they do not throw the ball very well. So we have to be able to stop the run, because if I'm them, I'm going to come back out in 30 personnel and run it down our throats.
Well,
that's.
And I guess us basketball coaches just don't know, because it worked out well for us. We got the punt team coming on right here, and it's good stuff.
Look, I would have been okay with either, but I think that when you have a 3rd and 10 or 9.5, whatever it is, that you and it's a confidence booster, right?
No doubt.
You trust your defense to make a play in that situation, and here you are. Can that give us some juice on the offensive side?
Who we got back deep? Is that
Looks like that's Navarre.
Navarre again.
Got to go score here. It's imperative that we turn the momentum here and go score and see what we can do. It'd be nice to just
a
score.
little bit of a low snap? Does not get.
We got a hand on that one.
Oh, but it takes the Scott roll, man. Almost rather have that come off clean so he could get it into DeMar's hands, right?
And that's the problem sometimes when you get those little tips, is they just roll and roll. So, Coach West, Coach Britton, what I want to see here is I really just want to see him throw one deep. Give them a chance. I think we're protecting well enough. They're back in that smaller front, it looks like, with those guys inside. Give us a chance to throw one deep, and I like it to number 17 down here.
Well, you're not going to get any argument from Coach West and I on that front.
I'd like to see us right now take a shot.
Yeah, I agree. And looks like we're going to try to.
Oh.
Miscommunication.
I was going to say, I think
we went with a little bit of a double move, which we called for about 20 times last week. But just a little bit of a miscommunication there. It didn't seem like Lane got off of that double move quick enough. So 2nd and 10.
Right now, and it's just no basketball coach here, Randall. Let's just a go. Let's just a go route, 2-3 step, and throw it.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't see a whole lot of jamming going on at the line of scrimmage here.
Alex Walker's got a 10-foot cushion right here.
And sometimes that leads you to not want to do that.
Oh, nice pull. Room to go. Get out.
That was a great block by Alex Walker.
Now, I might be calling for the Nate Clemmer runs, but right there I'm calling for the Nate Clemmer run out of bounds.
Yep, I'm with you.
Randall, he picked up an extra 7 because Walker stayed on his block and was physical with it.
And that'll lead to some stuff down. Again, I don't disagree with you guys. They're playing off, and sometimes that leads to you wanting to throw the quick game, but sometimes you just got to say who's the better athlete. I'm going to pick Alex Walker over number 5 here.
Got them off.
Hey, right now, look at the cushion Lane Cope has on that left side of the field.
Yeah, I think I would throw a.
And look at Colton Relation.
And Coach, tell me if I'm wrong, but if it's a slant on the inside, can we just get inside that person quick?
For sure. I think they're going to be coming up hard. I think based on their alignment, they've got 2 guys over there to take our 3. I think I'm taking Wyatt right here, and I'm blocking number 13. I'm blocking number 8 with whichever guy you don't want to throw the screen to, and throwing the screen to the other one. I just think that no matter, nice little hitch pattern there, all hitches. Lane's going to go try to make a play. Hold that thing tight.
But
you know what that is, Randall?
That's a mower works. First down.
You highlighted Alex Walker's blocks on the last play. Wyatt Matosi in there with one after the catch coming through and springing him for another extra couple of yards.
So a little bit of a shift here. Alex Walker comes out of the game. Navarre back in, and Navarre's moving over to slot. I think he's really dangerous in that position, Coach. I think you can do a lot in the RPO game. I think you can do a lot. And I'd love to see, I'm not sure if we have it in our offense, but I'd love to see a little slot fade right here.
Okay.
Let him get outside and make that cornerback make a decision. If he stays on the hitch, you throw the hitch, and if not, you throw the fade. So a little inside run here by Jeremiah.
And again,
Positive yards.
positive yardage.
Now, Randall, now correct me. You're a football guy. You've got Colton and you got Lane. How about a sideline route with that slot receiver and then cross in front of the face of number 8?
Yeah, I mean, kind of a little switch verticals would be a good look. I mean, you take that the inside guy.
Right now, you got Navarre and Colton relation. You got your 2 fastest dudes over there.
From NCAA. He knows that.
Yeah, a little switch verts would be a nice, bringing pressure, rolling out.
And he's got somebody.
Got Navarre, nice ball. Nice ball.
Look at that control by Navarre.
And not just a first down, Ian. What kind of first down was that?
That was a Mower Works.
That was a Mower Works first down.
And getting us awful close to a Broadway barbershop.
And he's cramping.
Oh, dear.
Navarre cramped about 27 times last Friday night, and we're 6 minutes into the second quarter, and that's the first, so I take that as a win.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that with the temperatures, just now getting some shade over the field, that this whole, we talked about it pregame, Ian. You can't hydrate the day of. You got to hydrate all week. And I know Navarre. We know Navarre well. I have zero doubts that he's been doing what he's supposed to do. But we also know that Navarre's about 2% body fat.
I was going to say.
And us big guys,
that sounds like me, Randy.
Yeah. Maybe if you add
hey, now,
in front of the 2.
I married my daughter off early when I said future son-in-law. That hadn't actually happened. So I'm not trying to say that's what we need to happen.
I'm wondering if you got a few text messages about that.
Yeah, well, that was not my intention to go ahead and do a proposal. That was not. Even though I do approve, it's just, let's wait a little bit.
Fair enough.
That's all you needed.
Fair enough.
That's the approval is there now.
Say, and on the record, right?
Yeah, didn't even have to ask you. So yeah, and we hope that this is cramps. I did think that he went down a little funny over there, kind of rolled over on his side, and so you hope that. But it does look like they're trying to. To me, it almost looks like they're working out an ankle a little bit. So obviously.
Well,
and he did have to, pump those brakes right near the sideline, make sure he stayed in bounds. Hopefully,
in those situations, you always do worry a little bit about the ankle.
Yep.
But hopefully, he's gonna pop up here and try to go hydrate a little bit.
Right on cue.
Not putting a lot of weight on that leg though.
Yeah.
Well, while we're waiting for Navarre to come across, we are going to talk about Mower Works a little more in depth. Not only is Mower Works our first down sponsor, but they're the only Exmark dealer in Blount County. As a proud Exmark owner, I would suggest highly that you go over and see them at Mower Works. Pick up an Exmark mower, or a weed eater, a blower. If you just got an old mower that it ain't running right? Or you want to get it winterized here coming up soon.
But Coach, let me give my own testimonial, and they'll also just shoot you straight. I brought an old mower in there that was not had seen better days, and they told me, look, we can try and fix this, but it's probably going to be more money than it's worth. Instead of just getting me to continue to pay and things like that, shooting me straight, and just good folks over there at Mower Works.
All right, back here, first and 10 from about the 18. Little design run out to Nate, who gets the edge.
A nice little misdirection there with the. Is that still play action if it's going the other way on the RPO?
Yeah, I mean, they got a hold on the play. It does look like Ian. Looks like Wyatt knows he did it. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a misdirection. I mean, that's what you're hoping that those linebackers are held for just a second.
Coach, I want to give him some credit for that just because he does wait that extra count to try and sell the other play.
And that's all. Look, there's a lot of eye candy involved in football, and that's one of them. You're trying to hold those linebackers, especially when you're trying to get on the edge. And so it looks like that was a block in the back, not a hold.
I just adjusted the antennas.
Wow.
Thank you for adjusting the antennas, Coach West.
Sorry, I was on the wrong mic. I got 2 headsets on. I said I got John Covey in my right ear, Randall Davis in my left ear. I won't be able to find my way home.
Sounds like a lot of intelligence going into both.
I was going to say more than you're used to going around in that head.
So now it's first and a long way. We won't quite call it Rockford, but maybe first in La Lupita. So going to see if we can get a positive play here on first down. Going to be a little GT with Connor. Connor has a little bit of a different speed than
I was going to say,
does. and got it back.
But stayed
That was a
tight,
physical
followed
run.
his
He-
blocker. Yep.
He took on the first tackler and picked up 3 after contact, and that's something that we hadn't been getting.
Those yak yards, you're right.
Since day one of having Connor here, back in the days of when I still roamed the sidelines, one thing Connor always does is runs hard. And if you give him a gap, he's going to run through it hard and physical. So a good, 11-yard gain there on first down makes it a manageable 2nd and 9. Going to pass here, gets it out.
Quick.
To Wyatt Matosian with the
With
catch.
a real good catch and fighting forward.
I think that's going to be a Mower Works first down. Getting real close to that Broadway Barbershop touchdown zone. We got to continue. I think here you run the football again. And I don't really care if it's a run up the middle with Connor or some kind of run outside with Nate. I think that you're doing enough there that you've got options. Or you could throw a fade to Alex Walker.
I was going to say, he's got one-on-one
Absolutely
over here
no-
in the near side. No safety help.
Well, they didn't come over. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind a little fade to timeout.
Or say
Scott.
they may have seen that over on the side.
While we're on timeout, why don't we hit one of our sponsors, Denso. Denso Manufacturing, a company here that's been in the Maryville area as long as I've been around. I'm not sure when they came, but I'm 32 years old and it's been here my whole life. So
Make sure you're hitting record.
Manufacturing, parts for different auto manufacturers, and just an absolutely gigantic company.
I was
going to
say, it has continued to grow with Blount County.
Yeah, I mean,
and
you think of the 3 big employers in Blount County, and you think of Denso, you think of Arconic, you think of Clayton, and now Amazon's coming in. But Denso, has been local here for a long time, and we appreciate their support and, everything that they're doing here for Eagleton Athletics. Not just football, but broadcasting, basketball, all sports. I'm sure that when those beautiful baseball fields get put up over there, that they're going to want to get a little signage up over there as well. So,
absolutely.
Thanks to Denso for everything they do. So, back here, it's going to be 1st and goal on the 8. I've thought this was a nice drive, Scott.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too. And then picking up that first down was huge.
And we mentioned it on the first one, but again, taking up some serious clock.
But losing Navarre, that's a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, it does look like we are probably not going to have Navarre back for this game. We'll see.
Getting a little ice there.
Little fake screen with a little wheel out with Adam Fife.
Was able to pick up a couple.
The only thing about that play in this zone is definitely your ability to be able to. There's just not
the window's not as big,
right?
Yep.
So I love that screen. When I played back or coached back in the day, we ran what we called Fox all the time. Pump the screen and throw that wheel. But looks like we're in a little bit of a heavy package here. We just got Tyson and Mitchell Wilson in, Adam Fife.
Fife there is the H-back, right? And they're running right behind him. Hopefully, yep.
Good block
I think
by-
he's got a nice cut back up. And
For a Broadway Barbershop touchdown.
wow, I just love that vision. Going outside, following Fife, but then seeing the crease.
Great pickup by Jeremiah.
Yep.
Jeremiah sealed the edge there to allow that. And so that makes your current score Eagleton 9, Scott 3.
And, guys, that was set up by Navarre's return.
Yep.
And then the big play by Navarre when he went down. And I'm going to go check and see if that's a cramp or if that's a knee.
No, I think he's got some ice out over here, so he may be.
I'm thinking it's an ankle,
Cool.
ankle injury of some kind. We obviously hope that that's a rolled ankle or something like that, not something more serious. But Gabe for the PAT, and
Up
he
and
knocks
good.
it through.
Wow.
So
He's getting it all the way onto the track right there.
with
That's
4:19 left in the second quarter, your score Eagleton 10, Scott 3. What we want here, man, is we really want to get the ball back and try one more time. But since we just got to shout them out, let's talk a little bit about Broadway Barbershop. Broadway Barbershop, still, it's the one old school barbershop really left around here.
No doubt.
If you want a quick, cheap cut, go over and see Johnny at Broadway Barbershop. He's going to shoot you straight. It's going to be $10, and you're going to be out of there.
well, but
Tip
he's also
well, of course. Tip well.
But he's going to also be there. And if it's more than a few minutes and you want to talk and talk some football, he's there as well.
Yeah, so look, Broadway Barbershop been around since 1958. Go see him over there by the Evil Empire, right down there on West Broadway. So I know Coach West always gets offended when I call him the evil empire, but it's, sometimes the truth hurts. So it looks like we're going to be readying for the kickoff here. Again, another adjustment. You love to see Coach Winstead running on the sideline.
I don't know that I've ever seen Coach Winstead run that fast in our time together.
Well,
that was impressive.
Tyson did not appreciate my comments about him running like a 55-year-old, but Nick definitely runs like a 55-year-old. So I hope he.
I don't know,
watches this
Coach.
one
There
later.
was some speed there that I did not give him credit for.
There's some
That was
55-year-olds
impressive.
that are fast. Willie Galt, he can still run.
Fair enough.
Scott West is not.
I'm getting bullied here, and not really feeling like I got a lot of love. I'm getting a lot of that from your son down here on the sideline, Randall Davis.
My son is not here. So.
Hey, he's standing
Finley's
right
at
next
home,
to me.
is he not?
Standing right next to me.
My son Finley is at home. So
Another
Little
squib with a
squibber,
big bounce, taking tons of time.
Same kid.
Alex down there with a fantastic tackle.
Listen, guys, I've been around high school football now.
Yeah, that was a Stenic collision.
That was a Stenic collision.
Boom shakalaka.
I've been around high school football since 2006. I've never seen a kicker that can get a ball to bounce the way Gabe does. He comes out here on Thursday walkthroughs, and he can kick an onside kick almost every time perfectly. And just a little squib there up the middle, but that bounce,
But the big bounce comes exactly when you want
and
it.
it held up in the air, allowed us to get down and cover, and now got them on the 21-yard line, 3 timeouts left. We want to get a stop here. But, again, if I'm Scott, I'm coming out in 30 personnel and running the football.
Well, but hopefully we can get him behind the sticks here on first down.
But on cue, they come out in 10 personnel, 2-by-2, and I think
Well, are they worried about the 4 minutes left on the clock?
Yeah, I think they're going to try to push it, but, guys, we'll let them throw
A little
all day.
short snap. The pass was well covered. Get him down, get him down, get him down.
Yeah, we'll take that.
We'll take it.
I just don't look real comfortable throwing the ball.
Well, he looked a lot like John Covey trying to throw that football.
Hey, listen, I've seen John Covey on the basketball court. I'd take John Covey right now.
I've played spike ball with John Covey.
One time, John Covey dislodged a volleyball, and that is his claim to fame.
He may not have a long and illustrious athletic past, but he'll surprise you.
Neither does Coach West. So.
John is lamenting his lack of a microphone this evening.
Well, you'll get to hear John Covey on the call next week and up in Scott County at Oneida. But let's go get this win first.
Let's do it.
Back in a little trips look, throwing the football again. And
ran before.
Oneida, the birthplace of greatness, Randall Davis.
Born there that was
I was
great.
going to say, that can't be your hometown.
That would be me.
That's why your name's Scott.
Now, I told you the story on that. My mom thought I was a tumor for being pregnant 6 months, and then when she delivered me, she had no name prepared, and I was born in Scott County Hospital, so she named me after the hospital.
Hey, I won't hate on it too much. Scott is my middle name, so it's not a bad name. It's better in the middle.
That's a little more story than you probably needed. Sounds like I need to be in therapy.
I feel like you're working it out right here on camera, so we're here for you.
Hey, timeout here. I'm not sure if was this another Coach West. I'm not sure if you saw it. I think that might have been just a quick water break.
I think you're right,
While
Coach.
we're on it, let's hit T Hatcher Excavating and Concrete. Listen, I've known Timmy for a long time. Just good people, and I like to do business with good people.
Yeah.
Timmy and got a huge crew working for him now.
Well, and I love the resourcefulness of Scott West. He probably didn't have a graphic originally for these guys, but because they've been here.
I need to give a shout out to Mary Averett from her grandson Zach Clemmer.
Okay.
If Mary Averett is in town or watching, Zach says hello and Nate says he loves you.
That's not strange at all.
Well, back on the T Hatcher again. They do everything from excavating,
and
concrete.
we were able to get that because they are here on campus helping out and doing just a phenomenal job with all the new facilities and new concrete and paving and gravel that we need here.
Did some work here on campus. If you need any driveways done, any excavating work, please give Timmy a call. All right, back here, 3rd and long. They're still in that 10 personnel look, 2-by-2, and again, keep throwing it. I'm okay with them throwing it. I like our matchups. I'm going to run. That's a block in the back.
It has to be. Get him down.
Well,
what?
the turf bug got him and a late penalty. Guys, Scott, I don't know if you had eyes on that one. Looks like you've moved away, but that was certainly a block in the back on Easton Britton. He was there on the edge and got folded inside, hitting the back.
Well, we've got
there was a
two flags coming in, right? Hold they got the second one.
Hold on, Scott.
I feel like we're probably going to decline that one as well. Would you agree, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you go for it on 4th and 5 on your 28-yard line.
Oh, no.
But
again, what do basketball coaches know? Apparently,
I think that because Scott feels like they're not doing a whole lot offensively right now, that you get a little bit desperate.
Take advantage of it. Put that little more pressure on that punter to catch.
And in a situation like this, 3rd and long, Scott's either just going to run the football here or they're going to go empty. Nope. I thought they were an empty. That guy just keeps hiding behind this window here.
I think they're just trying to mess with you, Coach.
But you also have the potential of an interception, a fumble. They're going to go right back to that
sweep across, but we're able to bunch it up and get them out of bounds about where.
So, going to be 4th and 10. Got to see a punt here. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left and 2 timeouts. You feel pretty good about your chances. Probably going to see like Colton maybe drop back deep here. So Scott slowly brings their punt team on. Coach, some of their guys looking tired already.
Well, you know, we're without Navarre back there in that speed, but we just replaced him with a guy super fast, Colton Relation, right?
Yeah, and I think you'd feel really, really good going into the half right here if you can score again, be up by 2 touchdowns. Confidence booster coming into the 3rd quarter. So Colton Relation is back deep. A little bit of a low snap last time. That time a little bit off to the left, but they get this one off straight to Colton. He's going to have a chance.
And he may have a seam outside. Nope. They're able to close it quick.
Did not take it outside. He thought he saw a window. I thought he had an opportunity to get outside.
On the far side, yep.
But again, on the plus side of the field, you're going to take that any chance you get.
Well, and Nate was just playing a little long toss over here on the sideline. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
And the biggest, another thing we hadn't talked as much about, Coach Branton, not on the sideline today, calling from up here in the booth. And, things have been communicated down well. Again, I think we've done a really good job offensively of being multiple, and especially now without Willard King and without Navarre.
Well, but shout out to Coach Brandon and this vantage point up here. You give that guy some time and some good information, and he's going to get the right play call in there.
So quick RPO look there.
We got 3 to this side. Just gets what he can.
Cut. Yep. Plenty of time here. Gets about 7 on the play.
He had 3 receivers down here and just 2 DBs, but I think we had a little bit of a miscommunication.
I like the smart decision of getting out, seeing if there's something there, and pulling it down.
And it has the good byproduct, gives us second and manageable. Maybe take a shot right here at the same time. Look at that clock running, and I don't know that even if we don't score, Scott's going to be able to get another possession if we don't give it to him.
So 2nd and short here. Chance to drop one and throw it here.
Oh, he's got Wyatt.
I thought he was going to Wyatt too, but a circus catch there from.
He had Wyatt and he had Lane.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think if that ball's just about 6 inches lower, it's a touchdown. But that's a Mower Works first down. Again, good look there. I like on 2nd and short taking a little bit of a shot there. Yeah, they went with a little hitch and seam look there, and the seams on the inside. Lane did a good job of finding space, and Nate hit him. Going to have a run.
Nice run from Jeremiah.
Nice. Look, I know this is offense, but that was a collision, a stinting collision, boom on the offense.
I was getting ready to say, Randall, that Connor Cox ran the ball well last series. He wasn't in the game, but here he comes. So we'll kind of see how this rolls.
Well, I think Jeremiah might have gotten as well as he gave on that one, lowering his shoulder and getting an extra yard.
But we
got Connor back in there.
You got Navarre over there with ice. He's an ankle. He is out for the game.
Okay.
Good protection by Colton.
I was going to say,
or by Connor, I'm sorry.
Connor coming
He gets
in.
out of bounds, a little short of the first.
Little
pass.
short.
But I know I said it last week, but I want to say it again this week. Jeremiah, I want to give him all the props in the world. A kid that has had some adversity and has worked through it, has fought through it, was here every day this summer.
And has consistently come and where we were kind of erratic in the past has really done a fantastic job.
He's grown up, Coach.
Yep.
I mean,
And that's why we do
Jeremiah's
this,
grown
right?
up, and that's, look, we're all in it because we love football. We love being around, but we also are here to find a way to help these kids grow. And I certainly think that Jeremiah Fitzgerald has grown. So, well, that's a timeout for Eagleton. It's going to be 59 seconds left. While we're on this timeout, Ian, why don't you hit one of our sponsors?
Who we got up? We got Quick Fitness 24/7. Quick Fitness 24/7. Tons of local locations. I don't know quite how it works, but I think you got quite a bit of flexibility there.
Yeah, there's one on Wimbledon Drive, one in Greenback right there on 411.
And Mr. Graves, I'll be contacting you soon.
Yeah, I was a member there at one point, and then I realized that I was just donating because I wasn't going to the gym as much as I needed to. But, man, everything you could need in a gym. Free weights, machines, treadmills, all kinds of cardio equipment.
But like it says, 24/7 and there when you need it. And like I said, tons of local locations.
You sign up, you check in with your phone, you pop right in, doesn't matter what time of day. So thank you to Quick Fitness 24/7 and Mr. Graves. We appreciate the support. So it's going to be third and short here. Again, we have a chance to get a first down. Clock's, we've got one timeout left. It's not quite an issue, but we do need to have a little bit of urgency here. Knowing Coach Branton, he's probably got one play called now and another play.
I was going to say he's got one in the.
So going to be in a trips look down here to the wide side of the
A
field.
lot of space this side of the field, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you got one-on-one matchups here. I think you.
Oh, there's a slant. He's got Cope.
That's a Broadway barbershop touchdown to Lane Cope.
Well, there's that slant we were talking about. And
that's Lane Cope's second touchdown receiving on the year. Again, something we haven't talked about. Lane Cope shifting out from being our primary running back last year to a position that even last year they said he's probably our best receiver on the field. But we had a need and we had to fill it, and so it's nice to see him out there making plays and a good decision and a good ball by Nate there.
But guys, we'll have Coach Childs going into half.
Okay.
Yes,
bragging on Jeremiah and Connor, both stepping up, being able to take some of those running back responsibilities, allowing him to shift outside and just making us that much more dangerous.
So Gabe back for the PAT, and it's up and through.
Man, that's pretty.
52 seconds left in the second quarter. Your score, the Eagleton Royals 17, the Scott Highlanders 3. While we're on this little special teams break here, why don't we hit one more sponsor? So,
I was going to say, Scott West, you want to take this one?
Who we got?
We got GT Shelley.
Yeah, if you need your yard mowed, if you need something done, my man GT Shelley. Now, he doesn't actually speak English, so unless you understand Hillbilly, you won't understand GT Shelley, but he's a good boy. And if you need him, 865-441. 6999 GT Shelley Enterprises. Here we go.
Well, Coach West, if they're listening to this broadcast, they must be able to understand a little bit of Hillbilly because they got you from Scott County and me from Blount County. We won't throw Ian into that category from the private school in Atlanta.
Yeah, there's a whole – Ian's got that pinky out T voice.
All right. I see how it is, Scott West.
No, what Ian really has is that
little refinement.
Intelligence voice is what he's got. Him and Covey next week, you'll get to hear that Midwestern accent John Covey's got.
Well, now, my daughter loves you guys, but now she likes hearing John Covey because he makes Shrek noises during the game.
Well, John Covey, he's a good one. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing up here without him pushing all the right buttons.
Absolutely.
Another little squibber from Gabe.
Great bounce right on
to
cue.
A different guy this time.
We got to get him down, though.
Don't do anything.
Nothing extra.
On the sideline.
Yep.
I think he already was kind of on his back before he was going out.
Yep.
So,
all right, now will they try something here, Randall?
Coach, if I'm being honest with you, I'm not sure what they're going to try. I just don't think they have the ability to throw it down the field very well.
2 timeouts though, and 44 on the clock.
Coach Hill running across. I think we got to get us a dog. We got to get us a T-dog.
Hey, Anderson County's got one. It's pretty impressive.
My dog would just go out there and take a deuce out on the field, so we probably couldn't have that happening.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be good. My dog would bark at all the shadows that are non-existent because that's what he does. You've got a Labradoodle, West. It must be a Labradoodle thing. So Jonathan Jewell down there interrupting Coach West.
He's like having a constant migraine.
Running
it this way. He's losing it. Ball's on the ground.
There's just something not very comfortable.
Actually, guys, what Joel said, he said, Coach, we're going to get a turnover. We're going to score right before the half.
Well, I think unless we
I was going to say, I think that might have been the opportunity. He came close, but didn't quite read the tea leaves.
It looks like they're probably going to let the clock run out here.
Probably a wise choice.
About 12 seconds left on the clock. And going into halftime here, it looks like the score is going to be your Eagleton Royals 17, the Scott Highlanders 3. Great first half from our guys. We're going to be with Coach Childs here coming off the sideline, and then we'll be back for the second half. So we're going to send it down to Coach West. Coach West, whenever you're ready. Coach Childs getting his headset off. Coach West going to get a minute with him there. Coach West, if you get a second, let me ask a question if you got time.
All right, I'm here with Coach Childs, and Coach, a little rough start, but now I think the offense is clicking.
Yeah, it looked much better than we did a week ago. So proud of them. We're trying to run the football. You got to run the football to win games. So we're trying to run the ball. We got to get Nate involved. Obviously, he's a pretty good athlete. So
Nate did a great job. There's one thing I was impressed with on one of Nate's runs. Alex Walker with a heck of a block down here, which probably gave you guys another 7 or 8 yards. Losing Navarre after 2 really big plays on the kickoff return in that play. That's tough.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right. Tough kid, ankle. We talk, love your teammates, man, and Nate and Alex are boys. Block for him and crucial down there. So
we'll go get you guys. Good job in the first half. Let's foot on the gas. Let's go.
Well, that's it for our first half here at the Crown at Robert M. Maxey Field. Again, your score, Eagleton 17, Scott 3. We'll be back on the other side.
Guys, I will leave my mic. Well, there you go. That'll work.
County Band.
Coming up next, the Eagleton Royals Marching Band. Just a minute, we'll be presenting your Eagleton Royals Marching Band that is led by Mr. John Gallagher and our new band instructor, Miss Brittany Mackey. Lily Benson will be leading them.
Low brass co-captains are Jay Miller and Silas Zimmerman. Loading crew leader is Waylon Rogers. Color guard instructor is Phelan Gleason. Percussion instructors are Joanna Morral and J.B. Sharp. The 2024 ECCA Marching Band will be performing Just Another Latin Show, featuring Granada, Let's Get Loud, and Novus. Drum Major Lily Benson, is your band ready?
All right, welcome back. After a pretty good first half here, Coach Davis, we're hopefully going to come out here and remove all doubt here in this third quarter and get another.
So that anybody walks by you, if they get too close, they're going to get your crutch back.
Yeah, just real quick before we kick off, just some first half stats. Eagleton was 70 rushing yards on 18 attempts, so improvement there, and 12 rushing attempts for 61 yards for Scott Highlanders. And then the big disparity here, Eagleton 10 of 12 for 105 yards passing, and the Scott Highlanders 3 of 7 for 11 yards. So, you know, you definitely can tell that they came in the plan to run the football. And they've ran it okay at times, 12 for 61, but 11 passing yards to 105. That's a pretty big disparity there.
But Coach, we brag on this coaching staff, but
There's no school
really
tomorrow.
they're able to come down here and
I don't think the gates are going to be open.
make
I don't think the gates are going to be open.
Steinbach to kick. Bond and Bond. Back for Scott.
another solid kick by Gabe. Some good coverage. Alex Walker down here with, was that Lane? No, 13.
13 Rylan Lowe.
Rylan Lowe.
This is a hot mic.
This is
So Coach West finally got his mic there.
figured out his mic was hot.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, really, you know, good field coverage from our special teams there. Looks like Scott's going to be starting on the 17-yard line. So we'll take that. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Scott Highlanders. I would expect them to come out in a heavy look again. That's where they had the most success.
Yeah. Well, but again, after that first little drive, the adjustments we made so far have been solid. Forced them into a few second and third longs and made them pass, and they just weren't able to execute.
Miscommunication there, but still, quarterback going to make a positive play of it. Turned out the wrong way, but put his head down and went.
Sure wish that had gone the other direction. Might have been right into.
So that's going to bring up second, about 4 for the Highlanders. Just going to give a quick shout out to Mark Taylor doing our stats for us, able to get us some stats after every quarter. That's a big change from last year for us. Give us a little bit of the look. So
A little more insight into what's going on out there.
Coach West, we got you back yet?
Well, I'm feeling the pain right now, so I'm taking a seat.
So just a little run outside. They kind of get the edge on us.
Well, but they had to send 3 blockers this direction to do it. I feel like are they pulling a guard there? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I mean it's just. Honestly, it's just a student body left, a student body right a little bit right now. I mean, they're motioning that H back across and pulling a guy. I think that we're going to have to set the edge here because if I'm Scott, I probably don't try to throw the football again.
Can you guys hear me, Randall?
We can, loud and clear.
Well, I heard that, John Covey, but I left it down there by our trainer in Navarre, and the mic was hot. So I don't know what you may have picked up in that time.
It's a little bit about school being out tomorrow. Definitely we had a text that we had a hot mic, so you didn't have your headset on, so we couldn't get that down to you.
Well, I'm 14,000 steps into an injured ankle, and it's throbbing a little, so I'm gonna have to take a 30-second timeout. And I know I should suck it up, but
I've been there. I understand your pain.
If you need to take a full, my friend, that might not be a bad decision.
As Coach Hart would say, give me a full.
Coach Hart would show a lot of sympathy about my injury.
I can only imagine. Shout out to Coach Hart. Look at that far side of the field and that wonderful parking job that he made over there on the far side.
Coach Hart is kind of like the fish and loaves. He can park 18 buses in a 20-yard spot.
Well, guys, real quick, while we're chit-chatting a little bit, that was an illegal play that did not get called. They had a little fake reverse roll out and threw it to a guy overthrew him, but there were 2 linemen about 12 yards down the field. And those screens, to have those linemen down the field, you got to be behind the line of scrimmage. So missed one there, 3rd and 4.5 or 5. So let's see if we can get a stop here. Back in that spread look, I don't like this for Scott. I think they can get 5 in that power look a little bit more. But looks like we're going to bring some pressure off the edge. Alex Walker coming.
But well covered, and
that's a Stinnett collision. Boom by Alex Walker off the edge. I think that's Alex.
Yeah, coming up from that safety spot, right?
Again, Coach Bruton listens to me sometimes, guys, I ribbed them all off season about these 6-man pressures. But, man, we just seem to do something well when we bring pressure. They're not real comfortable throwing the ball down the field, and in that situation, that was a great call by Coach Bruton. So it's going to be 4th and long. Colton Relation dropping back to receive this punt. Let's see if we can't take one to the house right here.
Wouldn't be mad at that.
Was that Alex Walker with the sack?
It sure was.
And now he's over here laughing at me because I'm hurt.
Well, that's understandable. All right, so another fortunate roll for Scott. I think that was one of those situations. It was an in-betweener for Colton, and you know,
probably safer just to let it.
Yeah, and you know, gets us back on the 25. But that just gives us 75 more yards of offense we can get. So. Yeah. Coming back here to start the second half offensively.
And, Coach, we bragged on Nate Clemmer at the end of the first half, but just how different did he look? How much more comfortable did he look?
Well, I mean, efficient, right? I mean, 10 for 12, 105 yards. That's you're going to take that every game if he can do something like that. So a great job there in the first half. Let's see if we can keep it going.
Dial it right back in.
Great job by Jeremiah. Again, Coach Childs mentioned this at halftime, but for some reason we're just getting a little bit of pressure off that backside. Now, when you pull a tackle and a guard, both, I mean, that defensive end's got to go somewhere, and it's a good job by him of getting in the hip pocket and following it.
A good wrap up. And
so I would love to see us come back to some kind of, you know, fake that GT and pull Nate off the backside.
I agree.
But back in 2x2 look here.
Rolling it out to the far side. Looks like a double move, but too much time.
Gets rid of it.
Threw it away, but, Alex was almost able to get over there.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. I think Nate saw the pressure really early off the sprint outside, and then when he turned around, there was more pressure. So he got rid of it, and Alex almost made a really good play there for what would have been pretty close to a first down. So 3rd and 9. Would love to see us get this here and try to keep the momentum going. Still just a 2-score game, and you know, guys, last week we saw how quick a 2-score game can turn around. So
yeah, without a doubt. We talk about putting the pedal to the metal. Let's just make sure we don't do anything and turn it over here.
Well,
good
out to Alex. He's able to get, but I don't think only about halfway there.
And that's their game, guys. I mean, they've been doing it all game. That off coverage, they want you to try to throw that little, 4-yard pass.
I don't know if I love it on 3rd down right there, but earlier in the sequence. That's a real solid play, making them come up and hopefully open something over the top.
So Gabe on to punt, I believe. Yep, and got Tyson Click in as the long snapper. Just need a good snap here. Again,
we had only 10 on the field right there, Randy.
And that's
some injuries.
Navarre goes out, Willard's out. It's always a challenge on that sideline to make sure you got people ready. So,
bit of a high snap, but Gabe, fantastic catch and able to get off a really solid kick.
Yeah, for everything that happened there.
Count ourselves lucky on that one.
Was down by Walker. At about the
How did he get a spiral on that kick? But that rush, that was amazing.
So, disaster averted on that punt there, and we're going to go back and play a little more defense. Again, I've said it on their first drive. I'm just going to come out in that heavy package, that 30 personnel, and run the football here. You score one time, and it's a 1-score game. So
but they were able to get success on the first set of downs. But again, we were able to stop them, got them behind the sticks, and made us give it back. I think that's the blueprint, right?
I just think that they've shown. I mean, they're averaging a little over 5 yards a carry. So I mean, I think they've shown that, they're going to be able to get some movement out of this. So just don't go away from what you've done well. No motion on this one. RPO.
A little bit of penetration and rushes him just enough, right?
Guys, they just can't seem to get out of their own way. That's a nice little play, flash fake. Had that little H-back out in the flats, and he just drops it. That's probably the 2nd or 3rd drop today, and on top of some of the bad throws. But fortunate for us, that makes it 2nd and 10, which is going to kind of make them have to go back to the drawing boards.
Changing up the play here from the sideline.
Yeah, their communication system over there is some numbers on a PVC pipe. So
Yeah, that's high tech, Randy.
0870.
whatever 0870 is, it's going to be a false start by them.
Oh,
And they just dropped it. I actually think it broke.
I think I saw him put 8675309 up there, Randall.
You sure it wasn't Niner?
Well, unfortunately, you young bucks probably don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I mean, I know what you're talking about.
A little
but
Rick Springfield, I think we all know where you're referencing there, Coach.
So 2nd and 15. Again.
Hey, I'm taking the kids to the Skillet concert tomorrow night, so I got to rest up.
You'll really be hurting after tomorrow.
Oh, able to connect one on the outside. Can we get him down?
Really good blocking on the edge by their just what seems like a ball that takes forever to get there, but their DBs are doing it, or wide receivers are doing a good job
doing a
blocking
number on
the
our
DBs.
yep.
So.
Well, bringing up another 3rd down. It's 3rd and manageable compared to where they started. But
So a little bit of a change here. Looks like Harlan Nelson and Easton Britton coming out, and you got Colton Relation and Colin Ackowitz going in. So going to be a little bit of a timeout. Again, not sure. I'm thinking maybe this is another.
I was going to say, I don't see a timeout coming off the scoreboard, so I assume it's just the
I think this
mandated
is an official timeout.
Yep.
To get some water in them. So while we're doing that, why don't we hit a sponsor? Coach West, tell us about PrintFX.
I will get you some PrintFX, guys. Kaler Talent and his crew do an excellent job. If you look at our scoreboard, they got that up in one day, did all the branding for my locker room, and going to be branding our entire gym and gym lobby. So if you're a business and you need quality graphics, not just graphics for your business, but T-shirts, you name it. You want a cup with Randall Davis's face on it, you can get it at PrintFX. If you need to put a new scarecrow in your garden, you can put Travis Hart in your garden and scare all the children as well as the crows away. So PrintFX is what you need to call Kaler Talent and his crew.
Coach, I think you're onto a good marketing campaign there. A cup with my face on it.
I was going to sell like hotcakes around this.
Baby. So
there's what Coach is talking about there. A nice shot of the things that PrintFX was able to do for us there on the scoreboard.
While we're there real quick, let's give a shout out to all our sponsors: T. Hatcher Excavating and Concrete, Stenick Collision, Southeast Oral Surgery, Schultz Pediatrics, Denzo, and PrintFX. And as well as all of our sponsors scrolling on the message board. Can't quite see that, but if you're here at the game, you're seeing that. It's looking great.
If you are a sponsor out there and you want to help, not only do we give you, ask GT Shelley about the business that he gets from our spots. It's not a donation. It's an actual advertising dollar. Give me a call.
So back with that orbit motion.
Man,
just
over pursued. Yep. And able to pick up the 1st down. Ouch.
And look, that's, Coach West had the comment earlier about Alan Free being a smart kid. We got a lot of smart football players here in Lane. Guys, they've done it about 4 times now. They've went orbit motion and thrown that little bubble.
And he knew it.
I think that if they keep doing that, we're going to pick one off. So back in this 30 or 21 personnel, tight end in, 2 backs.
Need a big stop here, and we were able to gum it up. Yep.
Stenick collision, boom.
Bond on the carry, click on the tackle with the T.
So behind the sticks again, if the track record has proven, they tend to go back to that spread look and on cue. Back to a little 2-by-2 look, wide side of the field, 2 receivers up there.
Looking like we're flipping the field defensively. Oh, did we get in the neutral zone? Yep.
We weren't there, and then he took 1 extra step. So that's going to give 5 back to him.
Still bringing up a 2nd and 6, right?
2nd and 6. The question is, do they stay in that 10 personnel, or do they shift back over to a 20 or 21 look? Looks like right now they're going to stay in that 2-by-2.
What did the numbers say?
Well, again, all I have to do is speak it into existence. and bringing back a H-back in there with a little 20 personnel.
I think they're going to be going off that near side, right?
I believe they're going to run towards the motion.
Nope.
Play action.
Able to bootleg the other way.
We've got good coverage on it.
Come down with it. Ooh. Thought we had that one.
It's a good hit by Tyson Click, right on time, not late, and good defense by our defensive backs there.
Well, it was well-covered play. I think we were sold on that run, but they stayed home on the backside and not able to give them anything easy.
Yeah, and you got to commend Coach Childs there. I saw a little extracurricular there after the play. Charlie Johnson got blocked pretty hard by one of their guys. Maybe a holding on them. You can't lay on them. I've lived that one before, but Charlie gives a little swat on the way up, and no penalty, but Coach Childs is telling him you got to be smart there. So back into 10 personnel, trips look to the short side of the field, speed option. Not much of a speed
Fife
option.
able to pursue, slow him down, and then there's Connor right behind him.
Yeah, I just say, Coach, I don't understand. You go with the speed option there to just immediately pitch it.
Well, they ran it right at him, and another Stinnett collision, boom.
Yeah, I mean, on that speed option, you want to attack the pitch man and run downhill at him and make him make a decision. At that point, there's just one guy.
Yep.
But if you pitch it that early, now you can pursue to the one guy. So speed option is supposed to be a
Hold on to that ball a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, sell it, right? Whether you were always told to pitch it, sell it just a little longer. So it looks like they're going trips down here to the field.
Yeah, this could be a really, really big turning point here.
I would be looking for something quick out here to the wide side of the field. They're going to roll this way.
Rolling this way. They got two down. It's a little comeback, but
picked off by
Gabe with some room to. Oh no!
And that right there is a Print FX turnover. Really good read by Gabe there. They just throw a little simple hitch route into the, and they were at the sticks, but Gabe reads it well. It kind of gets floated out there, and
he's able to get another 10 yards that wouldn't have been there on the turnover on down.
So right here, guys, we gotta stomp on the gas pedal. I think Coach West said that once earlier. We got to go score here, put this game out of reach if we can. And
a touchdown here, Randall, and my foot feels better.
Got a little tight end in there. And, man, I love, I know that wasn't a big run play, but I really like the adjustment by Coach Branton and Coach Ridge there on the offensive line. They went back to that 11 personnel where I mentioned earlier on that guard tackle pull, Ian, that we were getting penetration. So they put a tight end to the side they were pulling and kind of cut that backside off. And,
you're able to clear some space.
And stop
not
from
a huge run,
pursuit on the backside. Yep. So still in that tight end look with three receivers. They're going deep on this one to Colton.
And he's there.
Overthrow.
A little bit of an overthrow, but right into the.
Yeah, so that's a real simple – flag concept. You got a corner and a speed out from number one, and I thought he was there if the ball's put towards more towards the sideline.
But coach, is that an overthrow, or is he just cutting that route off a little early?
So when you run that corner route, that your landmarks, right, are once you get inside of about 30 yards, you're really running at that back pylon.
Okay.
Where we were at on the field, you want to be running at the front pylon.
Okay.
And I thought he ran a pretty good route. I just think that as a quarterback, you've got to put it out there where only your guy can catch it in a situation like that. And Nate led him a little bit. And Colton could have still came down with that ball. But just a little bit of an overthrow and made Colton adjust his route some. So right back to 1st and 10 for Scott.
But just as effective as a punt, right?
Yeah, and back to 30 personnel here. Got 3 backs back there.
When did they change quarterbacks, Randall?
Just now.
I was going to say 14 in there for the first time.
Good catch there, Scott. I think that probably going to stick to trying to run that football a little bit more, and maybe that guy's a little bit more of a threat. I thought that, number 9, I believe it was, who was in there, gave a little bit of a bruising top quarterback. But a little bit of a switch up. Maybe he's a little more of a speedy guy. But, right back into that trips look now. So we're going to see what kind of throw he can do, what kind of throwing ability he has. Be looking for something quick, short. He's a lefty.
Right on cue from the left side, able to get it out there.
Cope.
A real good open field tackle.
I mean, Lane Cope attacked the corner or the receiver, got him off of him and was patient waiting for the play there. Really good play.
Coach Davis, I'd probably, the way he threw that football, I would play bump. I would get aggressive right here and be right up on these guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm bringing 5 or 6 right here to see if he can make a bad decision, and if he does, I think you've got another turnover.
Well, and if he floats it up like that again down the field,
that ball had a ton of air. If we would have been a little tighter, it may have been dancing in the end zone.
So 3rd and about 7, 6.5, 7. Back to looks like
a true shotgun, right?
A little 2x2 shotgun look here.
A little motion across, give it to the sweep.
Good job there.
Able to get outside.
Try to force it, but
did he get him down?
They're a little short, and I think they're probably going here.
I think at this point in the clock.
Is that Britton? That Britton any relation?
No relation, I believe, between Ian and Easton Britton.
Although
but it is a good last name.
Great minds.
But he just made a really nice tackle.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Tyson did a good job of penetrating, but he bounced it outside. I think they're coming downhill here. We did not jump. As much as Coach Winstead works stance and starts, that's a good job by our defensive line. We bring the pressure. And I think he's short.
We'll see what
they're going to give him.
I think the near side's giving it to him, right?
Yeah, it's going to be close. Where Ralphie's at, it's got to be measured.
And I actually think where he's at.
But look at the change on the far side. Yeah, we might have it.
Yeah, I think
they got to measure that.
I think he's short, but I do think they'll measure. I think he's short. Had to make the 32, and we're a smidge inside.
Are they calling him on? I got a glare here in the window.
They are going to measure. And while they're measuring in such a short situation here, if you want a short buzz cut, go see Broadway Barbershop.
Great segue,
yeah,
Coach.
Broadway Barbershop over on West Broadway. There since 1958. If you want the old school barbershop feel, go over and see Johnny. They'll take care of you there. Look, $10 and a haircut, tough to beat. If you want it short, I probably wouldn't be their best customer. They'd probably make fun of me for the long hair, but the days of me buzzing my hair are probably over until I start losing it. So, and speaking of sponsors, they got Timmy Hatcher running out there on the field with the chain gang. Why don't we get T. Hatcher Excavating and Concrete? T. Hatcher Excavating and Concrete.
Look at this fantastic shot by our AV crew.
And that's
going to
be short. That's going to be a turnover on downs. So really good job by our defensive front. Again, you got to throw him out there again as he's running off the field. T. Hatcher Excavating and Concrete. Give him a call, 865-233-7655. So back on offense. Coach West, what do you want to see right here?
I'd like to see a touchdown, Randy.
I think he's calling number 17 again.
I would like to see that.
But I'd happen to agree with you, Coach.
Yeah, a touchdown in any form would be good. But
I'm looking at the space that Colton Relation has over there.
Yeah, fair enough. And no real help over the top.
That was probably a false start.
Where's the ball? Oh, he still kept it. Okay.
So, to be honest, guys, I think that was a little bit of a messed up play, and Nate played on the.
I don't think that was a call. I think Nate missed a handoff and then made something out of it.
Did a great job of folding.
What do you think, Brody?
I think he did too.
Must be living right.
So 2nd and 1. This is the opportunity right here. You're on the 2-yard line. I'm going to throw one to the end zone right here.
Especially with 2nd and 1.
Yeah, 2nd and half yard. Yep. I'm going to try to put one up here. But Connor Cox on the run.
But a strong run.
Golly, he's got
that first down, right?
Got him wrapped around the helmet. A little bit of extracurricular. Scott's getting a little pushy.
That should be the last play of this quarter, Randall.
He did not get there. Did he say his knee was down?
Wow.
That's a rough spot.
That's a questionable spot there. I'm not sure who had that one, if it was Ralphie or if it was the other, but that is going to make your final for the 3rd quarter. Eagleton 17, Scott 3. No scores in that quarter there. But we're going to hit a sponsor while we are on the quarter break. Tell us about Stennett Collision, Coach West.
What was that again?
Tell us about Stennett Collision.
Stennett Collision, my boy Zach Stennett played for me at the Evil Empire, but we won't hold that against him. He's a good boy. But Stennett Collision, if you need your car repaired, he's got you covered. One of the only Tesla body repair certified shops in this area. When I say area, I'm talking about Blount County, Knox County, you name it. And yes, Randall, you can wreck a Tesla.
Yeah, I figured that they just exploded, but I guess what you got to do is take them over to Stennett Collision.
I guess so.
Get them things checked out.
Well, I'm surprised you rolled up in the Jeep and not a super truck here, you know.
Coach West would look good in a super truck.
Coach West would look good in anything, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's what he would tell you anyways.
it's that Broadway barbershop haircut that does it.
That's right. We might as well hit one more sponsor while we're at it here.
Who we got?
Schultz Pediatrics. Tell us about it.
Let's go Schultz Pediatrics. We talk about children care in the village. It's here in the village. Come on down. They got locations outside of here, but Schultz Pediatric, right here in the heart of Eagleton Village.
Yeah, make sure you go over and see them. Go check them out on September 27th. Got a little fall festival going on. The best thing you can do is go check them out and then roll right over here to the Robert M. Maxey Field and watch your Royals play. Going to be 3rd and short here.
Oh,
Nate
he keeps it. And he's got a lot of room to run.
Man, I love the pull by Jason Ellsworth there. Aggressive through the hole, goes and gets him a big
Clever on the carry.
That would be a
mower works, first down.
Holding on the tackle.
So it looks like that's going to probably put us at 1st and goal.
Connor coming in here for the goal line portion of this.
So we're in 21 personnel right here.
I like Lane Cope over here on this side of the field, fellas.
Yeah, a lot of off coverage
A lot of
there.
space right here.
He just needs to angle right toward the goal post. It's touchdown.
Well, I don't know. That's safety is
sneaking over.
Yep. Connor with a
I guess
few yards.
I think they're continuing to try to establish the run, and we know that going forward in this district, we're going to have to be able to run the football. And so at minimum, what it's doing for you is getting some more game film to see where we can be better.
Well, I think that's it. But also, you notice what's going on in between this whole time we're talking. The clock just continues to run.
And I made a mistake there. We're actually in 22 personnel. This is a look we have not seen a lot of with two tight ends and an H-back. So
a little motion across. But then going back that way, you got the tight end out.
A little bit of a whip route there.
Covered it well, but they didn't account for the quarterback.
Broadway Barbershop touchdown. Nathan Clemmer on the scramble out and gets it in for us. That's going to make your current score Eagleton 23 and Scott 3.
Well, and Coach, you run that play, you make that extra defensive back go back there in coverage to get to the tight end, and all of a sudden it opens up plenty of room for Nate to run and scamper into the end zone.
Yeah, just a smart decision by him. Still looking, seeing if there's anything, but once he saw the seam, he hit it and got there.
Don't try and force it. Another solid extra point.
Yeah, they're not bringing a whole lot of pressure on those extra points. Those look like just little chip shots, no pressure. So that makes your score 24-3 here in the 4th quarter. Your Eagleton Royals lead the Scott Highlanders. Well, no better segue to talk about Broadway Barbershop. Again, we love to shout them out on those touchdowns, but if you need a haircut, go over and see Broadway Barbershop. Been in the Blount County area here since 1958. Go see Johnny and the guys over at Broadway Barbershop.
All right, like what we got going on here, Coach. What is Coach Childs saying here? We got to come out, get a stop, and then just continue, end this in some victory formation, right?
Continue to control the football game. I think that there's so much confidence that, look, we were here last year, our first ever home game, when we played Oneida to a 14-3 football game. And that was coming off of an 0-2 year, right? Or an 0-2 start with 2 pretty bad losses.
Sure.
So if you can get some momentum with a long week here, going into Oneida. That's always the goal. So I think it's continue to come out and play hard defensively.
Another phenomenal kid.
Yeah, really good kick by Gabe there. That's going to be a touchback. But, I just – momentum's a heck of a thing, ain't it, Coach? So I think that you want to continue to build on these positives. You want to try to limit this Scott team to as few yards as you can and continue to try to do some things and put some –
What, you need a shot of the box?
So I think your other goal here is offensively continue to do multiple things because that makes the other team prepare for all those things, right?
Fair enough.
If you
Put some
come
things
out-
on tape.
Yeah, always, you're always playing a game. You're always worried about the current game, but when you have a lead, you always want to try to do things to make the other team prepare for the next week. So dropping back to pass, the lefty's
Some
still in there. A lot of
amazing
time.
penetration, but he's able to get out, sneak out with some room to run.
And he's got some wheels.
He does. He's
Smartly
quick.
got down there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of time there. I think we kind of sat there with just four-man pressure, and we can't
Was
do a lot of that.
That Alex coming all the way over and making that tackle, I
Yeah,
think
it looks
so.
like it was. So that's going to be 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. So back in that 20 personnel look, running back off the edge, gets about 6.
Yep. Able to set that edge and just go run right outside.
We got a slow player. It looks like Branson. Not sure if it's a cramp or.
I think they've got us here on the camera, Coach.
We got a shot of our wonderful ballcast crew up there. They'll give you a wave. That's Ian Britton, Randall Davis, John Covey, and the legendary Landon McClurg.
Our ratings just went down.
I was going to say, that was me and you, not McClure.
Yeah, correct.
Well, and bragging on McClurg here and all of our students, just some fantastic work being done, some amazing footage, and just this broadcast and what Scott West and John Covey here behind the scenes are able to do makes something special.
I'll tell you what, it is, and this is not just because, but I've seen it. There's none better than what's going on here at Eagleton, and that's not anything down here. That's the guys in the booth. That's these kids wanting to be here, being here at 5 o'clock this afternoon, not just because we feed them well, because we do, but they want to help out. They want to do it, so thank everybody that has a hand in this. But if you're watching it, give them a shout out because this is rare to have this kind of quality coming from a school as small as us, but we're not small. We're just small, but we're pretty dang good.
Well, and I want to give a shout out because this is honestly the first time I've seen it all game, but Jeff Birchfield, Captain Birchfield, out there flying the drone for us, hooking up the football team with a good view. I remember the days of having to set up a high pod and do all those things, and we get to fly drone and get that footage. So thanks to Captain Birchfield for doing that for us.
That drone looks a little shaky up here right now. It's like I don't know if maybe he's taking some enemy fire.
So back here in a little 21 personnel,
Bringing
two-back
it this
tight
way,
end. Good
but-
job by Cole. That's a face mask.
I was going to say, how's that not a face mask?
Well, I guess they just don't call those kind of things on us, but now we got a little chirping here by number 77. And I think he took offense to Colton telling him to let go of his face mask, but that's going to make it 3rd and about, 4?
Yep. Well, you got to feel like they're going to go for it again. It's 2-down territory regardless, but
Yeah, I mean, a 17-point ball game, and especially where they're at on the field. You know, if they were on the 10-yard line with 90 to go, I think they punt. But
sure, but I still
That's some of that William Blunt math coming out there.
I mean, that looks like 4 yards to me. So
I was talking about the 17-point ball game.
Oh, 21. Sorry. I am a math teacher too. That's the
Sorry, Randy. After you guys taking the shots at me, I had to fire down.
Oh, solid pass and catch, but I don't know that he made it. Are they going to give him?
I think he was short.
Yep.
He was a yard short. He definitely, that was a comeback route.
Yep. He didn't possess it until.
That's a pretty good spot, though.
Yeah, I thought that was good, especially from where he was at. But I promise I'm a better math teacher than I was on that math adding right there. So sorry about that. it's hot up here. Okay,
I was gonna
I'm
say.
flustered. It's we don't have.
We're bragging on all this, but we do need to work on some air conditioning up here in this booth,
our
Coach
middle
West.
booth
You
with
need
our-
to get on that.
Our drive-through window here makes it a little warm. So
Bringing up a big 4th down. See if we can get the Royals back to
see
the
if
ball.
they try to make us jump. Nope, they're coming right at it.
But
Quarterback.
a little bit of penetration. Nice little run by 14. Get him down.
And he's coming up slow on that one. Did get hit in the knee, but that kid's got a different motor than the other one.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, he's a much better runner.
Well, and he's
hobbling a
definitely
little bit.
hobbling right now. I mean, he did take a direct shot to the knee there.
Alan Faree fallen with a big hit.
Surprised you didn't start singing it, Coach.
I've been informed that I did not. I could have used a calculator on my phone. I just didn't think about that far enough in advance. So.
And again, I will shout Alan Faree. The kid, we're talking in class. He knows the game. He's talking about. He's talking about schemes. He knows this game. He plays hard.
Well, and a kid who maybe didn't see the field as much as maybe he wanted in year 2 and year 3 even, but coming through and being a very, very important special part of what's going on here. Can't say enough about the guy. All right.
We've taken some bangs tonight with several guys banged up, so it's going to be a big week of healing. And a long road to Oneida next week as we travel up to the birthplace of greatness. But it's going to be a tough one without, Reisner and without,
hopefully we can get him back and whatnot. But while
Eli Campbell's still out with a concussion.
Bragging on the birthplace of greatness, we were trying to get some of our broadcast crew shout outs. Autumn Rains over here running our end zone cam, just doing a phenomenal job tonight.
We'll call that the red zone cam, and let's go ahead and put a sponsor name on that. I'll let you guys choose.
That's the Broadway Barbershop red zone cam.
Well, we got touchdown for him. He just got a great sign spot.
Well, and Brady Long over on that far side over there in the Blunt Memorial booth over there. Just some good stuff.
Bringing pressure.
Get him down.
Big throw.
Oh, Alex.
He
caught
catch.
it.
A little bit of a juice with number 14 in there.
Yeah.
He's definitely a player that's able to move around a little better and chucked one up there.
Coach West, who do we have down on the field helping you with those field levels?
We have Miguel Reyes as well as Riley Lively. And last week it was Devin Elliott who did a great job.
He did.
Yeah, and I've had something brought to my attention, Coach West, I wanted to bring up real quick. On a night like tonight when it's 90 degrees, you're not seeing as many guys take knees when someone's injured, but that's because we're trying to stop the chance of cramps. So it's not a disrespect thing. It's 100 degrees out here.
Keeper, and he's able to get in.
But touchdown for the Scott Highlanders.
All right.
Well, I will say this, Randy. What it was earlier this game, this feels like I'm on an Alaska mountaintop compared to 6 o'clock this evening.
Absolutely. But yeah, just definitely wanted to get it out there that there's players not taking a knee during an injury, especially tonight when the most of ours have been cramping and those type of things. We are trying to avoid those cramps, and the more that you get down in those kneeled positions in a day like today, the more that kind of stuff happens. So. But,
all right, now, Randall, 7 minutes.
Score, Eagleton 24.
You think they onside this one?
10.
I think with 3 timeouts, they probably try to go play defense one more time. I think that the flip side of that is we did take 7 minutes off the clock on the first drive of the game.
I was going to say, I don't know about that, Coach, and I'm just making sure I'm doing these maths right, but it is a 14-point game now.
Good job, Ian.
Thank you. We chemistry teachers, we can do a little math.
He used a calculator. Well, while we're talking about my math misfortunes, let's talk about something a little more. If you're in need of oral surgery, there's no better place to go than Southeast Oral Surgery. Got a spot here in Maryville, also a spot in Knoxville, and maybe multiple. I know there's one there off Mabry Hood. You know, for all your oral surgery needs, go see the guys and the ladies over there at Southeast Oral Surgery.
Hope you don't need them, but if you do.
And there's Coach West getting a little dance on.
Even with a hobbled leg.
He'll be feeling that one even more tomorrow.
That was wrong in so many ways, John Covey.
He's been setting it up for a while up here.
But, I mean, if they want an onside, it
doesn't look like they're set up for it.
We are set up for the onside. It looks like we've shifted guys over a little bit now because they could kick it that way. Looked like we were kind of waiting for that middle. And looks like Scott maybe just wasted a timeout. Probably not the best place to waste one.
I was going to say, that's...
Hey, 10 on the field, that might be a new strategy.
That is, in fact, what it is.
It's not a real good strategy, but it's also not an illegal strategy.
I was going to say, I'd almost rather take the 5 than lose the timeout at this point, right, Coach?
So, and while we're in this break from the timeout, let's talk a little bit about Denzo. Ian, tell us about Denzo.
Well, I mean, like you said earlier, Coach, it is a staple of Blount County. And, you know, the number of people new to the area, the number of folks and jobs that it has brought here to our community is just amazing. I don't know if you've been over there. I know that's the side of town where you and I used to hang out quite a bit. But just the campus that's gone over there, the amount of expansion and things that they're involved with, just truly a great partners to have here.
I do like the front of the Scott High jerseys.
Yeah, just because they say Scott.
It looks fabulous.
That's offsides. They called it. I mean, that guy was offsides by 2 yards.
Call the timeout, just back up 5 yards again.
You certainly, you know, when you kick the ball, the kicker has to kick before anyone crosses the 40. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Scott Highlanders.
And we'll get to do this all again. Looking forward to some nice, long, sustained drive right here, taking up most of this 7-11 that's left here on the clock and taking us home a little early.
I just wanted to give a real quick shout out to, again, to Southeast Oral Surgery. I've been informed they have offices in Knoxville, Maryville, Lenoir City, Powell, and Seymour. So there's not many places here in East Tennessee that you can't get oral surgery from Southeast Oral Surgery. Thanks to my lovely wife for that information. So Scott's going to attempt the kick again. Let's see if they stay on sides this time. They do.
Looks like everybody's there. Same strategy. Alex is able to get up high and grab it and just get down.
Not sure he needed to do that, but
hey,
it's all right. We got it on the 41-yard line. Coach West, is that Ralphie Goodson on our sideline?
What was that again, Randall?
Is that Ralphie Goodson on our sideline?
That is Ralphie Goodson. The only good thing I like about Ralphie is when we got the camera on the sideline, I'm capable of shooting over him with ease.
He's doing a great job spotting that ball down there tonight. Got Don Talbot at the white hat tonight. Been a great job by the officials tonight.
Not a lot of flags, which is always a good night.
But also not ones that are missing that should have been there. Just a real good job. Oh, he keeps it. Puts on the brakes and is able to gain another 5, almost the first down.
Good pursuit there by Scott's defender there to get him on the backside.
Randall, this has been such a good mix offensively. Now, Nate's numbers are going to be good on the ground, but his completion percentage is way up.
Yeah, I mean, again, at halftime he was 10 for 12 for 105.
But he's able to make that pass because of the good deceptive move and the bootleg outside, right?
Yeah, I've loved what we've done in the play action game and just mixing things up. Like I called it earlier, eye candy, right? The motion and some of those things. So, little trips bunch look. Fumbled the snap a little bit.
Able to get it, though, and Jeremiah is able to push forward for another Mowerworks first down.
Connor Cox coming in very enthusiastically.
Yeah,
he is enthusiastic. Not always about chemistry, but he gets the job done.
So I think Coach Childs is telling them to watch the clock, watch the play clock.
Yeah, take your time here.
Now we got 25 more ticks that we can take off, and should take every one of them.
It looks like we're going to be in a little 2x2 set again. You got Alex Walker, Wyatt Matosi, and Lane Cope and Colton Relation out there. Connor Cox flanking Nate Clemmer there. A good run there.
Nice. It's a little sidestep, able to move.
Oh, he just got absolutely clocked.
Cox with the carry.
Good blocking
Brought
by the
down by
O-line.
Griffin.
Got a first appearance from Caden Baker in there, playing guard for us.
And Coach, I realize we're back within 2 scores, but how much is and how important is this time to be able to get a few folks in who maybe haven't gotten some live snaps yet so far this year?
Yeah, I think that Coach Ridge is purposefully trying to get some more looks at some of our other guys on the offensive line, and with some of the injuries, getting Alex Walker some reps out there has been really good. Just across the front there, we have Trevor Bright, Caden Baker, Scotty Ellison. Looks like that's Charlie Johnson and Jonathan Joyle playing on the
So a lot of
line.
familiar names.
And have done a good job tonight, protected well. We've ran the ball with a little bit of success. So back in a trips look here. Going to go
Another handoff.
GT. Connor hits it. He hits it hard.
Yeah, and is able to make
positive, right? I mean, our
and a real reasonable third down, right?
Look, I mean, we were 12 for 37 last week. At halftime today, we were 13 for 70. So if my math is correct, it's over 5 yards a carry.
You can't turn your nose up at that.
So looks like Jeremiah Fitzgerald's checked back in. Adam Fife back in there is that H-back. So a little 20 personnel look here.
And how much is he the unsung hero of some of these plays, coming in there and making that extra block or picking up that blitz?
He definitely doesn't mind to stick his nose in there, which is nice. Bringing pressure here. And Nate was able to get back on that one. That was almost a disaster. So that's going to make it 4th and 7.
I think so, but Scott's not calling a timeout here.
Right
oh,
on
now they are. Okay. I don't understand that.
We just speak things into existence here. That's what we do. The clock is still running, though.
I was going to say, and they let another.
Well, it's okay. That happened to us last week. Might as well happen to them. So, I mean, I think here where you're at on the field, I know we just gave up a score, but, all the bad things that can happen with a punt, right? We've already had one high snap. I think that you're in a position where maybe you sprint Nate out, and when he sees a seam, he tries to go pick it up. Because if you score here, leaves them with one, I guess 2 timeouts still. I thought they got it. That must have been a timeout on us on the kickoff.
And I like your idea of that rollout. Make run some patterns that direction. Make them defend on that side and see if he can find a seam. And if they come up to get him, then just pitch it over the top. And even if you lose it, it's same as a punt, right?
So here we go. See, and just my prediction might be, I mean, we have a running back to this side, which is generally our sprint outside. Maybe even a quarterback run here. Nate's going with the hard count.
Drawn.
Got a little time left on the play clock.
Say about 5 seconds left. Are we going to get one off? Or are we going to call that last time out? Nope.
And that was an absolute busted play. Snapped the ball before we were ready, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
3:20 left. Still a 2-score football game. Got to be in a little bit of prevent defense right here, keeping him in front of us and making sure this game doesn't change too quick.
I'm not sure they were wanting to snap that ball,
I was
Randall.
going to say, I don't. That may have been inadvertent.
Well, Coach Childs is in the ear of Kendall Click there. Definitely a miscommunication, but hey, it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Defense bow up right here and make a stop, and let's end this ball game. Again, 14's giving them a little bit of juice. Been able to scramble around, completed a big throw. They're going to go jet to the outside, and we have no one. Hold. Yep, they called the flag.
They did throw it.
Our esteemed producer there, John Covey saw that one from the jump.
Oh, there it is, right on the drive-through window for me.
Tackle by Cope. There's a marker on the play.
Bring that on back. And probably more than a 10-yard penalty just based on where it was thrown, right, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, based on where it's at there on the 40, I mean, it should be a 10 yards. It's going to make it about 1st and 21.
In high school, is it from the spot of the foul or is it from the line of scrimmage?
It's a good question.
Spot of the foul.
Okay.
Well, it must not have been because they threw the flag on the 40 and we're at the 31. So that looks like that's – I'm going to stop saying numbers. I got that one right.
Yeah, that was a 10-yard penalty from that point.
Well, he threw it on the 40, and it's on the 31. That's 9 yards. So it had to be from the –
It's about a half a football off the 30.
That's that Maryville math.
Quarterback pulls out again.
Again, stepping up, able to get him down.
I think Scott may have found him something in number 14.
Well, they may have, but he wasn't able to scamper because Alex Walker was able to step up from that safety spot and get him down. A guy who doesn't seem particularly easy to bring down.
No, I mean, he certainly has brought a little bit of an electric look to them in the second half. I say that, I mean, they've scored 7, but
still, it's looked a lot more live and a little bit more dangerous.
Cohesive, right? So back in the trips look to the Scott sideline. They're running 6-9-8-5, whatever that is. Still don't understand what.
Not 8-6-5.
It's not 8-6-5, 5-3-0-9. Alex Walker.
Ooh,
good pickup.
Good blitz pickup. Yep.
Man, 14 is he's a shifty little dude.
Yep.
I mean, he hit the little wiggle on the on Easton Britton there, but it's going to be 3rd and about 5 yards. So I think you've got to bring pressure here, but controlled pressure. I think you're looking for that quarterback. It seems like he's one read and run, right? One read and run. Yeah.
Well, and if you can keep it simple for a guy that's that athletic, then you can have some success, right?
Yeah. So they're in a 2x2 orbit motion. I'd be looking for that orbit, and they're going to throw it.
Right on cue. Are we able to push them out? And we are. You're in such a tough spot there, even though it's kind of floated out there. Are they going to fake that and try to run something up the seam? Defensively, you're in a tough spot there. But a really good open field tackle by Allen Free again, and able to bring him down.
So the biggest thing you want to do here, if you're the Royals defense, is try to get a stop, hold them from scoring here, and take that momentum into Oneida next week. Looks like they're going to go trips out here. Coach West with a great sideline shot of the coaches there, locked in.
And I think we're going to try and get Coach West down on the field with the team here at the end, so we'll bring those shots to you here shortly. He's able to slip out, yeah. But thankfully a host of Royals there ready to back him up.
And I know Tyson doesn't like this, but again, gets up like he's a 55-year-old.
Well, it was another center collision. Boom.
But hey, when that whistle blows, he plays hard.
I was gonna say.
So Tyson, you keep doing your thing, buddy. You act like Coach West in between snaps, and when the play comes, you go.
I don't know about that, Coach. That may be a bit too far.
Coach West is a finely tuned machine.
1 grain of sand, though.
I think Coach West has stopped talking to us.
I think he's tuning us out.
So, little 3-by-1 look, trips up to the top of the field.
But 2nd and 16, so let's keep him back.
Sprint out. Alex Walker coming
with
off the
a great
backside.
pursuit off the backside. He's able to get rid of it.
That
that's
might be a flag.
They did not
almost
throw the penalty.
That could have been.
Wyatt Matosian almost with the pick from the knees.
That would have been an ender right there.
I really like that. I think Alex Walker's played a really good football game.
I agree, Coach.
But I like him coming off that backside.
Yeah.
I mean, He brings a little bit of an athleticism.
But he's got such long strides. It doesn't necessarily. It's sneaky fast getting in there and pursuing from that backside. That was a great play.
Listen, when Nathan Clemmer and Alex Walker were 8th graders, we threw a lot of verticals.
Fair enough.
My one experience is calling offensive plays. We threw a lot of verticals. Pretty easy when you had those two.
Fair enough.
Little screen passing. Great
well
play by
covered.
Adam Fife.
Yeah.
Adam Fife with another stint at Collision. Boom. So we finally get to say it, but we're a 4th and Rockford.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get to it, Coach. We got 40 seconds on the play clock and only 21 on the game clock. That may be all she wrote.
They're trying to call a play in. They got one coming on. Never saw another one come off, so they are probably going to get one right here.
Keep them in front of you, boys, and why don't we end it with one more cynically? No. Maybe an interception? No.
And that is your
That'll
ball
be the
game. Your final, the Eagleton Royals 24, the Scott Highlanders 10. And we're going to be down with Coach West on the field.
Well, and Coach, while we're waiting on that, just how much can you say about coaching and then just the guys going out and executing it today and getting a big first win on the season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, started out the year 0-2 last year. To start it out 1-1 here, get a big win here on this Thursday night football game against the Scott Highlanders. Take that momentum to Oneida next week. Next week on the call, you're going to have the golden voice of John Covey and the subpar voice of Scott West.
You'll probably hear that one a little bit more, though.
All jokes aside, we're excited for them to get on the road and continue to bring you this coverage. So
we'll also have the camera work of my wonderful son.
Awesome, Luke. You good boy. We're gonna let Coach West get a little bit more clips here, but again, your final here at the Crown at Robert M. Maxey Field. Eagleton 24, Scott 10.
We're signing off.
So, like we always say.
Oh, wait, no, we got a little bit more.
I think Coach West is going to go down there and get
all
a little
the way to the
audio
huddle.
From the huddle.
I like it.
It might take him a few minutes.
Well, he is at the 50-yard. No. Oh, look at that speed, guys. And now
thanks to all of you all for tuning in.
Seriously.
As always, thanks to our sponsors. There's so many of you that make this possible. But here is Coach West getting down to the huddle.
Coach Childs there, coaching him up.
Against that ball, no play. Proud of you. Proud of the fight. We win. Proud of the win. Proud of the win. Winning is a lot more fun than losing, anybody. Hey, break it down. Just celebrate with your family. Go celebrate with the village. Yes, sir. 1-0. 1, 2, 3.
1-0. And that's going to be it.
I'd like to see it, guys.
That'll be it, guys.
All right, so like we always like to say here at Eagleton, we'll see you on the other side.